shenanigans.
Baby. Last time,
On Dragon Ball Z.
you decided to punish the face by cutting off the nose. Or punish the nose by cutting it off, or something like that.
We lit it on fire.
Yes, and you kind of forgot that the nose is attached to your face. So, other than this sassy note can climb, you're kind of in a pinch. You're on a big high place, like a few 100 feet above the water. There's a bunyip in there. You're bloodied enough that if you jump in there, it's gonna go yum yum yum.
Do we know where the bunyip is at the moment?
Uh, the this is just like a stack of clothes and equipment that's washed on shore by this point.
Maybe it went back into its little cave dwelling.
Which, as I mentioned, would give you a little bit of time if it is. Do you have any particular skills that might help you get some certainty on that knowledge?
Uh,
I know many things about the ocean, being a pirate.
I know nature.
Knowing things about bunyips, I mean,
I mean,
like
he
I
is
said,
he is a druid. That's his thing.
you know what? If one of you can beat me a DC 20 check with whatever you think is appropriate, then maybe you'll know whether or not the bunyip is stalking out there or not.
Got it.
notice.
Now, Nodo knows that when bunyips are done snacking, they go back home. And since there's no splishy splashies of a aggressive bunyip, it's probably home.
Okay. So, here's my
Nature's-
plan since we got that. What we do, Rockman, you suck at swimming, right?
Yeah.
Stabby person, are you good at swimming?
I mean, like I could flop in water. I just, yeah,
She can do the everybody do the flop.
I wouldn't say
Okay.
I can traverse.
Okay. And I'm assuming the wolf can swim. So what we're gonna have to do is we get down to the water. I'm gonna make a thingamajigger, and Rockman, you can ride it. And then I will swim. We'll get to the shore. We'll all be happy.
By the way-
I'll run.
Far from happy.
It's nice and calm water, so it's like a DC 10 swim check.
Oh, that's easy.
So what was the plan?
We get down to the water. I use my talisman of the disc to make a platform for the
Sila,
man and
I know that you want to use floating disc in a variety of exciting ways, but that's not what that spell's supposed to do.
yeah, but it doesn't say it's not. It can carry up to 250 pounds. It stays within 10 meters of me and can go above any surface. It's a slightly concave surface.
I thought I
and
mentioned
can
that
be
it
sat-
couldn't go a certain level down vertically. But I guess not.
Yeah, we're gonna go down to the water and then I'll activate it when we're at the water. So
Oh, here we
the
go.
water-
The disc also wings out if you move beyond its range or try to take the disc more than 3 feet away from the surface beneath it.
Yeah, so it'll.
The
float
water
over
is 300 feet, is at least a few hundred feet down there, so.
The water has a surface. We go down.
Now,
We go
So
over
they wa-
here anyway.
the one
Okay,
more
so-
important detail is that it will follow you. You can't direct it.
Yeah. He gets in it. It follows me. We get to the other shore.
So you're intending to dive off the top of this.
We have ropes.
Nice.
I mean, they can probably climb it. Plus, I mean, look at
Also,
that
again,
lizard.
Look over here.
Look over where?
Over there.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
That place looks like it's sandy. So it
No.
looks
No,
like a
but
shore
no.
down there.
I
Put it
showed
on-
you the
put it on.
picture. It's a big stone skull.
This map does not show that. But yeah, we could use the ropes. We could get further down and then drop into the water. That's my plan.
Would the disc also support my weight, or are we?
It can hold up to 250 pounds.
Alright, so probably just the
So
rock.
that's a no.
I kind of figured you'd be able to swim.
This is.
Alright.
This is where the swim checks. This is where the party realizes, man, I should not have put points in.
I have -1 to
What
swim.
the fuck is making this noise?
It's not even a hard swim check, guys.
Yeah, but I also can only swim 5 feet every 6 seconds or 10 seconds.
Dude, how the fuck is it?
I have less than a 50% chance of making a swim check.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I'll start tying my rope to this little post right here if we're doing it here.
When I go down, I'll tie my rope onto the end, and we'll extend it. I am very sorry, horse. We can't get you out of here.
As far as the rest of your dude is the fucking tire shield anyway.
No, you're probably right.
Wait, what about here?
It's a dog. Dogs can swim.
Is it gonna jump off the
45 feet.
head?
No, I'm gonna hold on to it as we descend the rope.
Okay.
All right. I just need to look up how tall this head is, and we can figure out exactly how difficult it is to make it down there.
Yeah, 'cause standard rope is 20 or 50.
Let's take a look. See. Center rope's 50.
Okay, we take on that rope.
How many feet is this big head?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom since I'm not like.
Okay.
We should probably just loot as Eleanor, since I really don't think we can get the body back.
I mean, I try to, butterfly
Look,
swim.
you already you can't butterfly while holding something. You need both hands for that one. Maybe do the side stroke.
All right, it's about an 80 feet fall. Nice.
Oh yeah, we got them easy.
Like after the rope.
All right. So what's the action plan, kids?
So we should get anything important off of Eleanor's body, because again, we aren't getting that out of here.
Alright, let me open up their inventory. See what I can loot
What do you got in your pockets, lady?
while you climb down and tie the rope.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna head down and get down to that water surface and use my disc.
Alright, and I'll add control thingy, potion status, roll. Alright, potion status, roll magic missile, and magic crossbow. Oh
Magic
wait, no,
crossbow
they
is there. That's
yeah, keep
of course.
normal crossbow.
Yeah, the magic crossbow. That was a harbinger that she was gonna die.
Yeah.
Aww. You poor weenie linguini. You climb your way down. Wait, how do you climb down? With or without rope?
With the rope.
You climb
Yeah,
down with a rope.
I tied one half to the little
What's your climb? What's your climb modifier?
6 for me.
Nice. Then you won't have to roll a easy descent. All right.
Give myself some climb skill.
Well, by the end of this, you're like above the water, and you can see your friends above you, backlit by a big burning inferno. They're getting a bit sweaty. Yeah, well, the ones that ain't dead are certainly sweaty.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay slightly out of the water to not attract the bunny unnecessarily. And I'm gonna make my disc.
All right. Good question. I don't know the specifics, but I imagine that any injury is enough for this thing to go, ooh. Also, because none of you are competent healers of any kind, Zylo wanted to do something else for the hit point stuff. We'll get to that whenever Zylo wants to. It's an expensive hobby to get into. Alright, you create a disc. It sits over the water. It makes like small ripples, but that probably won't attract something that hunts by smell. And then you're just kind of hanging there. Noto, what's your climb check? That's not. If it's 0 or less, you're gonna have to roll. Then roll me your climb check. Oh, there we go. I see. All right. Well, wherever Tal and Kitty Cat's hanging out, you watch a rockman fall past you. You know what? You know what, Craig? Even on the right map, yes, you are. How about you roll me a d20 for good luck? Maybe you'll land on the floating disc.
Because I did make it ahead.
Hero point for the float.
There he goes. There he goes.
So just a giant rock from the water.
At this point, whatever blood he has will slowly begin to dissipate into the water, which will eventually reach the nose of a certain creature.
Hey, why didn't you heal yourself using the cure light wounds mod you have? Like all the way.
I thought we were running too much fire.
Well, try to get to the surface quick. Some of the rope should be on.
That's not all you take from a big fall like that. There's also 46 falling damage and 2d3 non-lethal damage from falling into water from such a great height.
My hand going in the water and break the surface tension.
You can't just shoot the water like that.
Yeah, but if a big thing falls in, the surface.
You should have rated your action for that.
Yeah, I said I didn't.
Well then, Mr. Craig, you could have healed yourself if you wanted to, because it takes a few turns for Kitty Cat to climb down there in the first place. But as you lose your footing, you kind of have to make some decisions on what. Well, I imagine that druids are usually into reincarnation or something.
So, say you healed.
Yeah, it takes a few turns for Kitty Cat to climb all the way down the rope. It's 80 feet down. Takes a moment. At least 2 turns, actually. And then the spell casting, so you have a lot of time to slap yourself with a heal wand.
Just to be sure.
How much damage do I take?
46.
For
Rolling that or sappy?
you, it's your damage. Oh, sure, I'll roll for you. If you're so inclined. Oh yeah, plus another 2d3. But that's not lethal, they'll wear off quickly. You sploosh into the water with quite a smack.
Katie's like, what the fuck?
But now luckily, since you're all healed up, the ambient smell of dried up blood probably won't attract it as quickly. Ezra, you watch this boy climb down and suddenly lose his footing and fall. What do you do when he started going down? Do you wait until he was all the way down, or do you start going down yourself too?
I'm just gonna watch Craig fall because I can't, stop it. Then I'll just start climbing down. Oh boy.
Actually, could they have stopped?
Yeah, could I have caught her?
He is a big rock.
I mean, if you want to risk a strength check to see if you can hold up someone that's big and rocky and falling.
Don't fall into the water.
I mean, hero up your hero point your hand. Ultimate grip.
Alright, do I need length and climb, or will my warrant be fine?
You're fine. You can descend a rope against a rocky surface like that.
This is easily repelled.
Oh, that's my -1.
All right. So Ezra, do you want to risk catching him, or do you just want to make your way down into the bowl of safety?
I think I'll just make my way down. I mean, like, I'd like to try to catch him, but I feel like that'd be actually I'll 0 point catch him. Since
You,
Eleanor's
you,
not
Why are you doing this?
Sorry, like, I don't want to backseat anything.
Ezra tries to desperately grab their ally and friend.
That's a 0 point.
Well, that's a +8, yes. So that's 26.
He's one of our party members is dead. That's a 16.
Well, Edlor's getting replaced, so that only counts up to a certain degree.
I'm not part of the party yet, so it should count, right?
Ezra, you managed to catch Craig. This isn't how you like to do this, and your hand is already starting to slip, because as coarse as this rope is, it's a lot of friction.
Well, I'm just gonna try to hold on till Craig.
Can you roll me a climb check, as you have to climb down with only 3 points of contact?
Oh.
Congratulations. Well, you successfully managed to grab him from falling. You, unfortunately, do not go the same way.
Alright, so
Would you like to roll me a 1d8 to see how low you managed to get on the rope before you let go?
alright.
Before you slip up and you grab too late and you can't get a grip and you start rolling down and you probably fall on top of the kitty cat.
If you fuck this up hard for me.
Hey, at least Craig didn't take the damage.
No, shut up.
All right. Well, luckily you made it down halfway before your hand didn't grab fast enough to quickly reestablish contact. All right. So you're going to take 2d6 falling damage when you hit the water. Bam. Craig luckily is like below you, so he kind of breaks the surface tension for you a bit. Craig also goes back up to full at first, since he never fell in the first place. Yeah, you never fell, but now you did. The two of you take 10 as you splash in. Kitty Cat, can you roll me a reflex save to avoid getting hit by your falling friends?
I am absolutely throwing a charmed life into this.
Wink.
Yeah, you wink before you...
Wink before you skink.
26.
You managed to successfully avoid your friends landing downward. You know what? Since you're apparently the one who rolls good, can you roll me the d20 of luck to see if they land in your basket? Nope. They're in the water, and Ezra is actively bleeding.
There's part of the rope. Get the fuck out. Or
Wait,
I'm
with the
leaving you
water
behind.
making you bleed? Or
You're already bleeding. Look at your health.
well, that's gonna be a perfect impact on
You were injured before that, I think.
Fair enough.
Anyway, the two of you are in the water, and there's a kitty cat right next to you.
Hanging off a rope.
Nice, ain't it? The horse, absolutely terrified by what's going on. Well, you don't know how he did it, but he's already like on shore.
Oh, sweet.
Like you just turn around and he's just there.
Okay, guys, you have 3 seconds to get into the thingy.
What is this? Is horse effing magic?
Probably. Because I am not staying here.
The bunyip will come soon.
So we need the weight of Krieg, Ezra, and the wolf.
There's a slight problem.
No, the wolf is staying in the water.
There's a slight problem. Do you know how high a floating this is off the ground? 3 feet.
3 feet.
How tall is the average person? Yeah, I want you to know that it's kind of fucking difficult to extend 3 feet out of the water without
Part of the ropes,
dipping down.
we tied 2 50-foot ropes together.
Nice. Alright. In that case, the two of you quickly try to climb out as the smell of fresh blood begins to slowly dissipate through the water. Alright, kitty cat, your idiot friends are in the baskets. On that note, can I get a rough ballpark estimate as to how many hundreds of pounds the two of you collectively weigh?
and I am not in the back.
What is the caster level of your floating disc?
Go and check.
It's 100 pounds per caster level.
The one I found says 3rd level.
Unfortunately,
Still want to.
That's
So
why I
I,
said I was hoping he could swim.
and I will take my 5 foot swimming, and I will swim.
what the hell are you talking about? 5 foot swimming. There are rules for how swimming works.
My swim speed is 5 feet.
This is how it goes. Make a swim circ once per round when you're in the water. Success means you can move up to half your speed as a full round action, or to quarter your speed as a move action. If you fail by 4 or less, you make no progress. If you fail by 5 or more, you go underwater.
Is there a super success I can do?
Presumably.
Okay, I need to do a swim check, right?
Yes.
I can use a daring do point on this too. Nat 20. And plus 9.
In that case, you might be a kitty cat, but boy, are you dynamic underwater.
35.
If there are watchers of the cat swimming, they are smitten.
What the heck is with that swan boat?
Oh, that's what I was imagining what the disc looked like.
Little swan boat. Yee. All right. Well, kitty cat, you make it all the way to shore, to the gravelly, rocky shore of this inner sea lake.
How'd I do?
You make some progress. So, what's your normal movement speed, Ezra?
30.
30. That's good, because that's what you want to have. In that case, it will take you about 3 turns to swim over there, as you make half your speed of progress every time you score a 10 or higher. Go ahead, one more try. The bunyip is starting to smell you.
Hey, it's a 10.
Ooh, almost there.
We're watching double there. Or, no, wait, let's do the hidden temple. Come on.
Hey, a 10.
Oh, you hit it.
As you hit a 10, you watch a storming torpedo rock out of the tunnel.
Hey.
Your friends at the shore presumably try to encourage you. Unless they're jerks about it.
No, I'm encouraging. I'm just also not willing to die.
Ezra Doggy paddles to shore.
It has a wall of corpses in it.
No, it ain't most of those.
Then you watch as the vicious, monstrous bunyip creates a whirlwind, a maelstrom at the shore. It lets out its roar, but I imagine that most of you made that save, so you're actually kind of fine. If not, it has no meaningful impact right now.
Gets out of rocket boots during watches.
Excuse me, do you want to agitate the bunyip?
No.
Because it can go on land, and it can try to eat people on land.
Well, I'm running.
Craig, get the horse.
Yes.
Yeah, get the horse.
Get the plot horse.
How are we getting out of here?
You can walk along the shore until eventually the cliffside goes downward. Like, it's not cliffs all the way around Sandpoint, no. And the rocky shore extends further than this.
Walk like over to that way.
Where is Sandpoint Hitherlands? There we go. Ooh, that's a cute name. Turtleback Fairy.
I'm not dead.
Well,
Well, all of us.
By the teeth of your skin, you managed to make it.
Man, we should have listened to that weird, ominous, menu screen in the sky that said, now going from this 1 to this 4.
Please load in final disc non-bonus content. Ah, let's see. Where does this horse even go?
Also, how do you upload pictures on Volcom?
I think I just
Icon?
Dra-
You go to your sheet, and in bio you click edit.
No, I'm talking like
you have to go to like the actual role playing site and go to your profile and
No, no. In the chat box, you click as, and you just pick your person.
oh yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Baby.
Oh,
Baby. Burr.
you're not Ezra.
Oh yeah, you got Shadow Mist. Supposed to give you experience if you manage to get the horse. Well, you never defeated Bartholomew, so his experience you don't get.
Yeah,
Well,
but
he
he's
was kind of a
probably
dick
dead.
anyway.
Wait, if he dies in the fire, do we get the experience?
No.
I mean, he's not going to, but
I
I
mean,
mean,
we started the fire.
I would have given you the points if it was like an intentional burning someone down to some extent.
It was.
But you usually get experience points for learning something, not committing arson.
I mean, true.
There's only so much you can learn from committing arson.
I actually love that logic. It's great.
There's a lot you can
Because
learn from committing arson.
that was intentional.
Where who?
The fire was my fault.
Let's see. All right. Well, you want to take the horse with you? Who here has either a handle animal skill that's good enough? By the way, the horse looks a bit, a little bit too ribby. Not if you can look under the armor a bit without being in a rush.
I've got no ranks in it. Can you use handle ammo and train? No, you can't. There's an asterisk.
It's dangerous.
I have a ride of 6.
That might help.
Yeah.
I appreciate that no one here was like, it's hungry. Maybe we should feed it. You're just like, let's fucking just try and pat it.
They were rushing.
Ooh, I
Chance
have.
to say anything.
I think we're kind of trying to get away from a bunyip and bereft of things to feed a horse today.
All right. Well, Ezra gives the horse a little pat pat and manages to calm it down enough that it won't at least cause any more trouble. Well, you have yourself a nice horse. Your own horses are up there somewhere. And how about we just say that you spend the rest of your day getting on your horses and making your way back? Like first you have to go around, then you have to go to Nettlewood, navigate the nettles and the goblinberry bushes and find your horses. You have to rub yourself down a bit. What do goblinberries look like? Nothing pleasant, I'll tell you that much. Mostly because the berries grow on the inside of the bushes. See, goblinberry bushes are called that because their berries are on the inside, and also because their seeds are on the outside on the thorns. They literally spread by getting stuck in your skin and then you peel them off. Like goblins, they're dicks!
But
Also-
will form a civilized society.
Also, Claire, your character looks like the type of character Ezra would call daddy.
Good.
Oh my god, I'm the chain man. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Claire, why are you chaotic neutral? That's the worst alignment.
Well, the thing said it couldn't be a good thing.
You can be good. I don't care about that. That's mostly because it's associated with chitons, but I don't care. You can use chains and be a spooky boy without necessarily being evil.
Okay, good. That was just a placeholder. I wasn't gonna.
I like that in Pathfinder logic. It's like if you try to kill someone, that's good. If you try to make him scared, that's bad.
Well, yeah, because you're being evil.
Murder is okay. Making someone slightly afraid is terrible. All right, kids. As you make your way back, does anyone here have like a good gut feeling?
Feel.
That's a good question.
I mean, I'm a slayer, so I'd assume.
I
Yeah.
mean, my gut is pretty good feeling. I have pretty flat though.
Yeah, maybe, but I
Yo,
like if you were to say stir a hornet's nest and then set it on fire, who here has the best idea what might happen next?
we would jump on an ship, go to the next port over, and forget this all happened over a bottle of rum.
I mean, that's a lovely idea, but that's a great way to end your adventuring career permanently. So, Ezra, if they survive that fire, like the lower floors aren't completely burnt down, um, given all the details you can sort of put in a big heap, there's a good chance they'll probably try to torch Sandwood as soon as they can. Which might be today. It might be tomorrow. Might be next week. They lost all their goblins. Why not just go and fucking do it?
Alright, only solution: burn down Neverwood.
Now,
No.
There's been enough burning.
at this point, a large portion of Netherwood is already burning. Did you forget the fire you started? And the other fire you started? And the other fire you started?
It might actually take them some time to get to here.
Also, we're on the coast. Shouldn't it rain soon and then, put that shit out?
It's not even been like an hour.
Plus, I mean, Seth, they either have to deal with the bunyip waters or build an entirely new bridge. I mean, they're on my head.
How arrogant,
They took all the rope.
how arrogant of you to assume your opponents do not possess flight or a boat. Maybe they have like that fun collapsible boat that turns into a box when you're done with it. Anyway, I have to gather up literally every NPC down there. Not on the map layer.
Also, Claire, what was the pearl thing that Eleanor had?
You know, I don't think we ever got a confirmation of what that was. It was just pearl. Like, Sappy said I found a pearl, and then I don't think we explained what the potion was. I don't think we explained what the pearl was.
To be fair, not sure either.
Oh,
And it's probably just a value of something. Like, oh,
I thought it was like a moon pearl or something, like one of those cash items.
Dude. Let me just see if I can find it, maybe. Maybe it's somewhere in this random treasure list. See, this is why I gave you, you bunch of wieners, a treasure list. You could keep your treasure in. I don't know.
See, I just put that in my inventory. I'm done. But
well, you didn't even put it in your inventory. Just put it in the traditional here.
oh, I thought that was inventory.
Let's see, D7. I need to know if this creature is associated with the bad guys or just a coincidental boy. Okay, no, that guy's just here for kicks. Level 2. Who on level 2 gets to join in on the fun? The shadow is associated with this particular gang of miscreants. Alright, well, while I'm figuring all this stuff out... Wait, what? Huh. You find yourself back in town.
Who's comfortable splitting Eleanor's gold to the 330 to be more intensely?
I mean, that's really the most effective way to do it. I mean, she would want that, and the ferret would not. Nothing but good feelings for the ferret.
Then everyone gets 110 gold.
I didn't like that thing.
Didn't trust it. I've never seen one that big.
You like
Actually,
nothing.
The ferret was either, so I've never seen one that small either.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Talking about the side map. You find yourself in town, you also find that apparently there's a big hoopla about something. There's a bunch of people gathering up near, No, it's not the Satans. They seem very excited about something.
Positively?
Positively.
That's unexpected. I mean, what?
There's a guy standing, tall and proud and fierce, standing at an immense 8-foot tall, broad as the dawn is wide. A smile wider than snow. A glint in their eye, stronger than the brightest moon ray. It is a paladin in the flesh, and his little squire, who seems to be significantly more nervous about the circumstances. The guy waves his hand wide and says, "Do not fear, for Celis Creek is here."
Oh my god, no.
That was great.
I have heard of a terrible evil haunting this terrible place, and I have decided to come and intervene. And his tiny little squire goes like, "Yeah, woo!"
Somewhere across the world, sanctity is holding court.
Yeah, it's the freaking dude. Wait,
Yeah,
it's the
it's
freaking.
Solitz.
Oh my god. No.
Oh wow.
He like rubs his fingernails, which are in a gauntlet, against his chest plate. Ah, so I heard you having problems with these tiny little goblins. Well, ha ha!
Problems is a weird word for it.
I'll have you know I've taken a master class in goblin removal.
Do you guys think he went to college?
I mean,
A good paladin trains both mind and body. It's probably what he'd say. Ugh. Point is, there's a guy being big and flashy in like one of the central areas of town. He's talking the big talk about how he's gonna do them all a big old favor for free, no less.
And is this a favor we'll actually like, or is it something that we're all gonna regret?
I mean, you don't agree to anything. He's just kind of there.
So, what's this favor thingy he's asking of people?
He's not asking a favor of anyone. He's doing them a favor.
Oh. Well, I mean, he looks like a big dude, and we in character don't know that he's a dragon.
I mean, to be fair, all that you know is that this guy looks. Well, at least he knows how to talk the talk. Whatever he can walk the walk is something that always remains to be seen with people like him.
You're dead.
But you're not required to interact with him in any way. He's just kind of here right now.
Honestly, I feel like Kitty Cat would be interested in talking to someone interesting after getting a drink. We need a drink. We deserve a drink. I'm getting a drink.
You head your way over to Ameko and the Rusty Dragon and get yourself a free old beverage. The people here are mostly people who cannot tolerate hearing a paladin talk to paladin talk. Which, to be fair, is anyone who isn't easily impressed. No, I blame you, Claire. You and your stupid swan boat.
By the way, this picture is amazing art from one of my favorite cards.
Look, look at the beans. Look at the beans, though.
I love the beans. Nothing.
just everyone in the bard isn't interested in the paladins.
Yeah, everyone that's not into this here. Ameko apparently already went. She got like an autograph on like a shield and she's hanging it up. It's like, it's a nice decoration, ain't it? Either he'll die and it'll make a good story, or he'll succeed and hey, fuck it, I got a cool artifact.
Well, either way, pays off.
Alright then, so, don't mind if I'm being a little bit too harsh here, but you're looking, disheveled, to put it lightly.
Yeah, I had a rough go.
Oh, I look pretty fine. I barely do anything.
Yeah, I figured you had a rough go when a tiny imp teleported in here.
Oh, she came by.
So, by the way, that horse ain't yours, do you know that?
Yeah, we don't know whose it is, but we rescued it.
Shadow Chaser's my friend.
No, that's Shadow Mist.
I gave it.
Yeah. I mean, that's... It's virtually impossible to distinguish a person's random guess in them having read the module and just reading the name out loud, or the GM having told them that. So who cares? You got a horse.
Yeah, do you know whose horse it is? We just sort of found it.
I think...
Figured it wasn't the goblins because they don't like horses.
Well, I mean, I know the horse got some fancy tricks up its sleeve, and it belongs to one of the merchants. I mean, I know that he likes to prawn that thing around all over the place. Show it to every lady and bean around here.
Someone here.
Yeah. Was taken off a bunch of merchants by some goblins that had rushed the guy.
Okay, so it wasn't owned by the guy who you killed.
What?
Oh, there's a dude. We fought him, and we thought it was his horse, but it's not, so that's good.
I mean, it looks in pretty rough shape. If she's like constantly peeking over you to try and get a better look at this thing that's in front of her door somewhere tied to a post.
Yeah, we could take it down to the town stables and, get it fed, taken care of, finding food.
Well, I'm sure that if you were to return to its rightful owner, they'd be very happy to reward you.
Sure.
Like I said, some of the merchants are right across the street.
I will take, deer shine chaser over to the
Location 40. Location 40 is the Palace of Capitalism. Go.
My God, we're on Wall Street.
Welcome to the Palace of Capitalism.
Is that the actual name?
Also, Claire, you can jump in whenever you think your character would belong in the appropriate scene, such as at the inn. No,
That to be the real name.
it's just called the Sandpoint Merchant Colleague, which admittedly is just code word for capitalist hole.
Can we please call it the Temple of Capitalism?
Sure, why not?
I love it.
This is Abadar's temple, but without Abadar.
Oh, then my character would probably have been in the tavern watching the disheveled party.
Would look like they aren't paladins.
Seemingly okay, cat. I barely took any damage in all that.
I mean, the Rockman just probably has a few rock bruises.
He did mostly heal.
And looks kind of naturally looks fit, but also healthy because he's chicken.
All right, well, you're planning to turn in this horse. Funnily enough, it doesn't actually mention any particular reward for finding the horse.
He gives you like the cat a pat on the head because he knows cats like those.
Not wrong, but he also shouldn't be right.
Then that hold on to the ring and be like, hey.
You're not wrong, but I hate that you're right. All right.
Following the party.
All right.
Guys, we're being followed.
I mean, not very subtle.
We're making a lot of jingling noises, and I'm a cat. I like jingling noises. Either money, toy, or change. Any one of them I like.
See, this like I said,
See? He gets it.
this is like people treat you like a cat.
This is why you shut the hell up.
Hopefully we're back in town, right? See, Solus is back. Village racism is back.
Against Thyla's character.
Against Solus' character particularly.
What a situation.
And instead of a mountain dwarf, we just have a mountain.
I mean, this is true.
Big fun.
What a mishmash. What a mishmash. Well, you show up the horse at the at Capitalism Ho. And of course, there's one guy who's like, "My horse!" Oh, darling.
Also,
Yes. I mean, he's wearing the outfit for it.
love shadow chases, little helmet, nose. You're like, you're home now, friend.
He gets in close, and the horse gives him like a lick on the cheek. So you're free to misinterpret that according to the context you've formed in your head. Sexy.
So, yeah, we found your horse. Slightly unsure how it's alive, but
Yes. He's quite a darling, isn't he? Yes, who's a good little shadow mist. Who's a good little shadow mist.
Bella's character gets angry at the name being wrong.
Wait, its name was Shadow Mist.
Yes! It's named after its finest trick.
I wasn't too far off, and I'm just happy about that.
Well then,
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's
s-
the answer is the better name.
I'm surprised you managed to find it at all. Goblins don't like to keep horses alive, you know.
Yeah, we noticed that, and so we killed the goblins that were around it, and we were like, okay, horsey, you're gonna live today.
Well, that's so kind of you. May I offer you a temp? I know exactly what deserves such heroism. A 10% discount on all future purchases at our fine league.
Oh,
I mean, that's pretty useful.
I'll accept that.
Who's a good little shadow mist? Who's a good little shadow mist?
Getting uncomfortable why this man's voice low.
The horse just stands there as the guy's like pinching his cheeks, going woo woo woo.
It's like a little dog.
Except it's a giant, heavy warhorse.
Why does a merchant have a warhorse?
How come he
Uh,
has like one?
because he's rich, bitch.
But you don't get rich by buying stupid shit.
Yeah, when you get rich, you buy stupid shit.
Or you don't buy anything at all and just sit on your money forever while the world hates you.
And they change your name to Elon Musk, and it's all right.
Then you'll have $1 trillion in the next several years.
Point is, you guys gave a guy his horse back, and he gave you a discount on all future purchases at the league.
I mean, that is kind of useful.
It's entirely possible that he will actually make a profit, considering the horse might actually be worth more. But who knows? It depends on how much you're going to exploit that discount.
I am going to probably exploit the discount.
Now, what do you want to do? You're left on your lonesome, and there's still that chain guy behind you.
Maybe.
Listen,
I mean,
anyone who walks around with that many chains, if Sigmund Freud taught me anything, it's all about penises.
Also, Claire, of course you're a female. I'm the only person in the podcast of female characters.
I know,
Not
right?
counting Noko.
Okay.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. All
Well,
right, Claire.
I am going to turn around and see what is up with this chain person.
Yeah, by now I pretty much determined it is not money or things I want to play with because they're shiny.
Because
You turn around.
at this
That's not
point
a toy.
I am out of shits to give.
You're tired, Rock Man. Right. Well, this older lady, you know, is totally following you around. She's been watching you from the bar. She is very rough looking. Her face is left out. And she has chains. No weapon, you see.
As I was kind of resting her wrist on her dagger, just kind of, you know, watching him play with both sides.
Why, hello there, jingly stranger, the cat says.
I will grab it.
Now, stay back, stay back. Let's try to be friendly. We don't want to set another frozen fire to it.
I'm not in a
He says
frozen.
that last part quietly so not everybody else hears it.
Thinking I'll put a pen in my bag.
Okay, that actually works.
No.
I haven't had time to pick up my gear yet. Let's not do that.
Couldn't help
So,
but
jingly stranger, why are you
couldn't help
following
but
me?
overhear your couldn't help but overhear your conversations with the tavern wench. And I just got
Hey,
curious.
be nice. Don't call her that. That's rude.
She ignores
A
you.
Mako is a tavern wench who could probably flip your pancakes though.
I mean, I wait. You mean flip my pancakes and flip my pancakes, or beat the piss out of me?
Both
Nice.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
at once.
Be nice to us. Don't be rude to her.
I've been around a few days. I know I've seen you before. I'm sure there was more of you. Little
Yeah, one of them got
ragtag.
shot. What? Yeah, our friend got shot. Like, hard.
That's a shame.
Eh,
That must have been the one with the animal.
eh.
Well, I have a nose for money.
I mean, honestly, indirectly, maybe.
Point is, I think you could use some help, and since I have my own reasons for being here,
Are you healing?
no.
Oh.
I make wounds, I don't help them.
I like it.
Damn, I thought that was your job.
If you want a healer, there's a paladin right over there.
I know. I mean, you can go get that guy. He's probably a good healer.
He'll also probably steal all of your thunder. That's his taxation.
No.
Well, we've already
I-
got one. We've already got one of those.
Yep.
Also, if they rattle their chains just right, they make thunder. So you got someone who steals it and someone who makes it on your party.
So,
Yeah,
you
there
know.
you go.
Jigga, 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 jigga.
Rockman, what do you think?
I just want to go have a rest and feed my dog.
I mean, respectable. We'll give her a shot.
Cool.
Seems tad weird.
Cool.
Seeing how you're
Just
down
be
one of your companions, but I assure you I probably won't go down as easy.
50-50. She's gonna cut her throat and instantly say, "Hey,
Yeah, I was going like 60-40.
Not my style.
I
Right, you're telling us that.
I was more 64 on whether she'll go down or not, but I mean,
I mean, you can roll to see if she's lying. I mean,
no. I wasn't checking she was lying. I was checking.
She's gonna die.
No.
what are you doing?
Oh, she's after the cat then. Gross.
No. I have a wisdom certificate.
Sort of have an education.
Anyway,
You got this quite a bit older than you, scarred up woman. Just you're just sizing her up.
Nice. Gosh, you're so far away from the city square, but you can still hear this guy shouting. He has a voice that carries, apparently.
well, I
Plus,
think
I'll do anything to get away from that obnoxious voice of that paladin.
it's
I
like
don't know."
He says smashing way too often.
He just seems like he's,
He's enthusiastic.
yeah.
He's probably gonna get like in a big ball of goblins and just be swinging wildly.
That's what paladins do.
It's just how they be.
Right, so
Healing his scars.
she sort of shrugs. Anyway, the name's Torvus Truki, Monster Slayer.
And if Bella's to be believed, professional daddy.
just like the art. Anyway,
So do I.
you could
Sure, whatever.
heal up and either go out on a mission to see what you can do, or
Well, first,
No.
I need to go to a shop tomorrow. Replacement crap.
Marvelous.
yeah, first we're gonna rest, heal up, and then we'll see what we're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see if you
Good
die.
idea.
Like last.
With all the time you need. Well, with however much time you think you have.
She's so edgy.
Claire,
Ominous, and I don't like it.
Claire, don't be an edge. It's mean. It's dumb.
So conceited. You wanna hear my backstory that I made 3 pages of? Not double space.
I'll read one page and then I'll say, okay. I get it. You're a character.
If you want to tell the story while I'm sitting at the bar, drinking down whatever rough people drink, that's fine.
It all started when my father decided to kill my mother, but she also decided to kill me at the exact same time.
Well, this went from 0 to 60 really fast.
Well,
Here's the song I'm
uh,
imagining every time she talks now.
as I mentioned, you have a little. You get to take a good nap. Oh, that's great. You get to take a nap. You get to do your shopping. Do everything you must.
Yeah. Gonna get me some stuff.
Place my alchemical weaponry.
Oh, with a 10% discount.
I do. Which in fact,
Also, I think it's gonna be really hard for me not to come off as edgy just because I have freaking spike chains as a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm gonna have to own it, Sal. Don't bash me.
Salo will do as Zala pleases, baby the Claire.
which is a lot of things. Safi is right.
We all can't be gay cat boy pirates, okay?
Fucking yeah, because otherwise you take my job.
Marvelous!
So eventually I need to get a gun.
Probably.
Can't afford a gun right now.
Probably. Maybe.
Gun, like, how can you not afford a gun?
Guns are expensive.
How much are they?
1,000
Uh,
at the minimum.
yeah, basic pistol is 1,000.
Hmm.
A dagger pistol, which is shitty and tiny, is 740, and a revolver is 4,000. If Safi would let me get a revolver, because I don't own one.
That's pretty.
Yeah, those are the ones I said to ask the DM about.
Right.
So which one were you looking at?
To start with, I was looking just at a pistol.
Well, probably. If you got the money.
I don't at the moment. We'd have to get that later.
Then, we'll figure it all out. Later.
We got some goblin meat, apparently.
Well, once you're all done with chopping and you're ready to get going.
Wait, do I have shopping? Let me check. I do not.
Also, I'm gonna pick up a couple healing potions.
Marvelous.
So how much are like light healing potions?
Marvelous! Let's check it out. Potions are... Cure light wounds is 50. Moderate 100 and serious 750.
I'm just gonna get 4 of light.
Nice. For 45 actually, since you got a 10% discount.
So 180 total.
Every 11th is free.
Ooh, I'm gonna keep that card and then forget I have it and never use it.
Alright, kids. Anyone else want to do any purchases that they need to confer with me about?
Well,
Read this out.
I just bought a pair of cessuses, which wrap around my hand.
Cesta.
There you go. It was
I
with
have to check to see if there's any weapons that would be suitable for me. God, this ain't cutting it.
I mean, you're a druid. You could probably get a cool quarterstaff or something.
Insight.
Actually, what does it? I know druids can melee. I just don't know what they
They can use
do.
quarterstaff.
Yeah, they get a bunch of weapons actually.
Yeah, what's a good like? Well, I mean, hell, he's a rock man too. So what would be a cool rock man druid?
Conbo.
Oh, yo.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
A Tanabo.
Kanabo.
Kanabo. Apparently that's a monster. Weird.
How'd you spell it?
Kan-a-bo.
Kanabo.
Cannibal.
Yeah, it's a Japanese club thing. It's really friggin' heavy.
Good. Just like him. Well, you're all rested up. You apparently all got your shopping done. It's about the middle of the day. When you... Yes? You said something?
Oh no, just checking my.
Marvelous.
Now we're full health.
What's the plan? Kitty cat.
Luckily, you don't have to make a plan. There's gonna be a nice bookend to this adventure. A repeat of what happened at the beginning.
Yay, we're being attacked.
Claire, You didn't roll. You just made rolling 3, and then it's d20. So please try again to see how edgy you are. Again, they need to be together.
Claire, just put your mouse over the dice symbol in the top, back left and go over 3d20.
Oh wow, man.
And the thing is, you're putting a space between 3 and d20.
I'm not. Yeah. Boom! Look at that.
You're below average. Actually, that's average edge.
I'm gonna roll 3d20 for awesome cast, so I do better.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. I can tell you about my backstory.
Wander off.
Point is, on a nice, warm, crisp day, as the ocean breeze strikes the nose like a battle hammer, you hear a commotion coming from the town square.
Is this happening again?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay, guys, let's go figure this out. Let's go kill some shit. There's probably shit to kill again. Happens all the time here, looks like.
Alright, don't stress, Carlos. You'll see how we'll get things done. You'll benefit from, or will benefit from helping.
You watch as
Or you'll die.
Then I just walk off.
you watch as Solus is running around trying to get everyone safely inside, as a horde of goblins comes towards you. Many of them wield torches and are gleefully setting the whole town on fire, shouting the wrath of the of. They're goblins. They're stupid, all right. The wrath of the Wrath Queen. Burn it down! Burn it down!
That is Ralph said.
That's what I said, Claire. That's what I said, Claire.
Oh,
Oh, that's a lot.
There's a fuck ton of goblins coming your way.
Jeez.
Other goblins.
Solus kind of cracks his knuckles and takes out a big fancy sword and says, "I challenge you to the over here."
Oh, wait, damn it. I had a cold iron dagger I could have sold and got my gun.
Too late.
I knew I had money.
Too late.
Wait.
You realize. Too late. Lucky for you, it seems that for now, Solus Creek is apparently getting every goblin on his ass. Too bad for you, some other strange creatures are haunting this place. Particularly these fancy fleshy boys.
ooh.
Indeed, Wolf. They will initiate quite the long fight. As the enemy you've been fighting. Ooh, they got a nice thing. They got something called Sinister Bite. Now that's a cool ability.
I create more spooky bite effects.
As Solus, as mentioned, gets piled on by goblins, you will get piled on by a couple of nasty dogs. Time for some initiative, kids.
Where should I drop my token now? Was I with the party, you know?
Down at the bottom.
We invited you
Here.
to join.
Why am I?
Oof, that saves a lot. Okay, we'll just keep it simple then.
Ooh, nat 20, blah, 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 blah.
Rolling initiative.
Okay, what?
8. I was busy talking to the Edgelord.
I think Sappy needs to do your icon for you.
Yeah!
I like the.
Ya wiener.
I'm an idiot.
Do you have a token?
I like.
Do you have a token?
It's right here.
But yeah, but I think Sappy needs to actually make the little thing that we have.
Oh,
Nah.
oh, that's the picture tab or something.
Yeah. Could you? Could you?
I'm a dummy.
Here's the token maker. Make your token.
I like the idea that you actually decided to like try talking to the Edgelord to hear their like
No, wait.
crazy grim
Yeah,
backstory.
and I was
Start
so
talking about
distracted by just drooling to myself by the time you got there. It's like that one thing from Lisa, where the guy won't let you leave as he's explaining the whole backstory of the game.
Yeah. In reality, she was telling you about her favorite ways to kill people.
I wasn't.
Claire, your token. Make it.
I thought I freaking picked.
That's not a token. That's a picture. I just posted the token maker link.
Oh.
ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. That's clear. Small. She fits in a jar.
No, that's Bella.
By the way, Claire, it's average plus 1, so it's actually 28 HP.
Wait, I have more HP than the fire.
No, Claire. Yeah. I don't know why you have 32.
Got a couple of really good rolls.
Yeah, you rolled, so that's probably it. Ba 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 ba.
Yeah, 'cause you get the extra
Ba 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 ba.
bonus. And I believe I got max roll in the second.
Ba 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 ba.
Level.
Claire, ba 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 ba.
Yeah, but you get average, Claire.
You can take. I guess you could roll whatever. Just token, please.
I'm trying. It's not freaking working.
Fine, I'll make a quick dirty token for you. Ba 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 ba.
Yeah, I'm using. Oh, now it's. Oh my god, this thing. Okay.
Ba 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 ba. Cause she's a little eater and a little wiener. Wah,
Download.
She's a little wiener with a little wiener.
wah. Wah. Ba 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 ba.
Go on the boards.
God, I want some stuff.
Well, you can click your icon and roll again. Just add this. Well, the playthrough of 15.
Yeah, you can just like that. I wonder what happens if I do it.
Yeah, my
There it is.
no, it wasn't going on the board.
Yeah, so just
Just turned into a 15.
Yeah.
Score.
Those are odds of being squeezed out. That's always nice.
Ba 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 ba.
Average crispy treats.
I don't know what those taste like, so I can't tell if they're delicious or not.
Rice Krispies.
I don't know.
Period.
Claire. Ba 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 ba. Cause I like yin and I like wing. Ba 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 ba.
I give my token thing.
Sexalicious. You could have changed the border, but how about we take care of that some other time?
Oh,
Anyway, let's just let me just drop your fresh token out here, and you can take care of that. Wait, let me make sure that's also the default token. Update default. Okay, there we go. There you go. Now you've got a proper token with your name and a. Oh, let me just set that to compact actually. All right. Roll me your initiative.
Okay.
It's on there already. It was. Okay.
yeah, that was from the old token.
That was me rolling actually. That was also the old token. Ba 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 ba. How fast is?
Quite fast.
Dang. Ezra. Torvus. A bunch of skinless, mangy hounds come running towards you. Their mouths are drooling with evil.
Alright, well,
DLC every day.
since we're going before them, they haven't had their turn yet, right?
Oh, by the way, can I get a perception check from anyone here who's paying attention to the big man getting swarmed by goblins?
I will be.
Okay.
The goblins all seem to be deformed. Their teeth are look long and glass-like. Their bodies slightly bulging and mutating as if they've been exposed to bad things. Akin to the ones you saw down under the glassworks. Anyway, it's Ezra's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna move a little closer. Right about here. And, I'm gonna take, one shot at, this one right now.
You fire at the flat-footed Yethhound. Yethhound. Mendoza. The Yethhound takes an arrow right to one of its shoulders. With a wooden crack, it keeps moving.
I'll take a second one at this guy.
Torvis. They're coming right for you.
Alright. Let's see, man. Can I intimidate from this far away, or?
30 feet, so yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that one. I'm gonna scream at it.
Rattle, 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 rattle.
I'm gonna lash the chains.
Down, boy. Down! But, let's see what the DC is. The DC is weird. It's like hit dice plus wisdom modifier plus 10. So,
Yeah, I read that. That's really weird.
4 plus 2, 16. It's shaken for 1 round, taking a -2 to everything.
Man, I told you we had a weirdo.
It seems to work, though. The dog is like, no!
Get out of your brain, beast.
Whoopsh, whoopsh. The dog is terrified of you, and thus decides to go straight for Ezra. Ezra,
Plan works.
it comes at you with lunging, sharp teeth.
Can I hit?
Oh. Craig, you and your puppo better act fast. I mean, that. Alright. You begin biting and manage to land a solid blow. Roll me some C&B to see if you can pull this dog to the ground. There's a -2. That doesn't help. No, it's 23 versus trip.
It rolled. Oh, okay.
Actually, does shaken work on?
First one was 21.
Yeah, the first one was 21.
So it takes a -2.
No, it's to attack roll. Nah, it's not the static stuff.
Oh, okay.
What do you do with your turn, Craig?
He's stabbing.
I do fuck off.
This
Get
dog,
that stick pretty
this
awesome.
dog is not intimidated. You watch as it jumps up the steps with unnatural grace. It takes another leap in the air and dives towards you like a torpedo.
It does not hit.
You manage to catch its sinister teeth dripping with an evil, viscous drool. Kitty cat!
Okay, I'm gonna go for the most reliable attack in the game.
No.
Plunging attack.
I was like, alright, Pogo stick.
I'm gonna put over Ezra. And I'm gonna plunging attack the dog. So I'm gonna acrobatics check the shit out of this.
Show me the goods.
Okay. Bada boom.
Spring.
Plus 10 for my sword. Natural 20, 36.
Alright. That's one hell of a bow you make. You go right over Ezra and land behind Puppy.
No, I'm landing on it.
Oh,
Like I said, plunging attack. I'm stabbing it on the way down.
okay. Well, show me the goods as you try to impale this dog from above. I mean, even with a flank, that won't do it.
And shaken.
Shaken effect doesn't affect AC. It's only anything it rolls that it gets affected by.
Which is still cool.
Well, and I'm gonna go for the normal attack then. Oh, apparently not hurting it.
It seems this dog knows how to keep it. It's too wily. Ah,
It's coyote.
there's something I didn't notice that may be of importance. We'll get to that. Anyway, you're gonna get a little chomp in the butt now.
Ooh.
Good, I get to show you what Sinister Bite does.
Who's it attacking?
You.
Oh,
It's
just-
my.
I can go for the parry. I just have to be able to, do that.
Otherwise, you're gonna be spooked by their chomps.
Bada boom.
What happens in case of a tie?
Isn't it usually defender?
Let's take a look, see, because I wanna know.
Then defense would be the same, I guess?
This is a counter roll. Something else. Let's see. Yeah. As your short attack of opportunity, Mr. Class is okay. Yeah. I guess it's match or exceed their attack. You hit him. You notice at this point that there's something amiss. There's something I forgot to notice about their sheet. They are resistant to anything that isn't silver. Silver. And since you don't have any casters, you have only the bonking, of which I imagine no one here has silver weapons. So Ezra, you need to hit these guys a little harder than usual.
Alright. Well, luckily they're flanked, and I can draw my quick sword. Bam.
That is a babam, and you get a sneak, so that's a babam 9. Would you like to make another hit?
Well, 9 plus 5.
That's one action.
Bam.
Nope. I mean, hey, you got a good crit range. Maybe third time's the charm, baby. Babylicious. That's a -10. And you actually, that's a 26, ain't it? -10 is? That is a killing blow. That's what that is. Thanks to Kitty Cat landing on top of it, it's out of balance just long enough for you to exploit a weakness and remove its little leggies. I like that these dogs can understand Abyssal and Infernal, but they cannot speak. Torvis, you're face to face with an evil boy who wants to bite your butt off.
Right, well,
How many cheeks do you got to share, kid?
well, I'm gonna provoke attack of opportunity.
Does it provoke? Let's see. Demoralize. It doesn't say that it does, so I imagine not.
I'm sort of screaming at them. So yeah, I'm gonna yell down this dog. Intimidate.
Down, Paparino, down. Let's see. It was 16, so it's shaken for 2 rounds.
And now I'm gonna swing my chain down on it. It's time to puppy down.
Miss. You have one more action.
I'm gonna go for a trip. Do I swing the chain and then like boost CMB or?
You get a +2 to your CMB to trip as a result of this weapon being a trip weapon.
Okay. So do I make the attack or just put CMB?
CMB. +2 is 22. Nope. These dogs, as I said, have 23 versus trip. They're quadrupeds. They're very hard to get them to properly fall over. Like with humans, you can. With bipedal creatures, you can sweep a leg. With these, they have 3 legs.
Yeah, I know. I thought I wasn't doing a lot of damage, so I thought I'd try it.
I mean, the thing is, I think by default you will always do 1 damage, even despite their silver resistance. Craig. Just gonna say that if you want to use Flaming Sphere, this is probably not a bad time to use it, but is now the timing to use it. There might be more baddies up ahead. Wink wonk. This is why scrolls are great. Cheap, disposable spells. Pew. Okay. Damn, that's a crit. That's a... Damn, Daniel. That dog's gonna feel that one tomorrow.
Resistant, huh? Cute.
Oh. Yes. Despite everything, these things have more than... you work together. Paparino over here. Spooked!
Yes. Like, try to trip me for some reason. I have 4 legs. By the way, I didn't think about that until I did it.
It's honestly kind of scared of all this glitter and glamour of your silvery looking chain, so it's gonna jump out of here onto the kitty cat, which gives you an attack of opportunity to try and strike it from the side.
Me or
You! It's moving away from you.
Oh, and I have cruel, so it's shaken, so it gets sickened.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The cruel chain plays. So let me just double check sickened because I think that actually does something bad. Oh, sickened is another -2 to everything they do.
Dang.
So this is at a -4, kitty cat.
I'm gonna counter that too.
Uh,
Try
Wow.
and get the kill on this thing. Match point back. Then I can try to kill the other one.
da-da-da-da. I mean, it's not even close to death. Don't. You do no damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't do that for resistant things, but still, yeah, for everyone's sake, when I hit someone who's like scared of me, I can make them ill.
Because of their chain's got a little special something on it.
I get stabbed one that just got so utterly mauled by the druid.
Damn, these fours.
Okay, I'm gonna try again because I don't think that hits.
Who are you go? Where are you going for? The spooked boy or the?
The one that got speared by the druid.
He takes 2. He's now down to 10.
I'm gonna intimidate him.
You point your.
I
You
do that as a free action whenever I hit something.
go ahead. That does make it shaken for 1 round. It lets out you.
And I'm gonna use my last round.
Ah. Of course, there's more.
Yeah, because
Go ahead.
I want to take a defensive stance. Fight defensively. I get a reduction on any attack of opportunity I do of -4, but I get +2 to my AC until next turn.
Oh hey, fuck! This guy. No, she shouldn't be here. Whoops. So Tudo can show up in the last dungeon. So when I was rounding up the NPCs, I actually put him in the pool of people that can show up. Whoops.
The guy with the sword shows up behind us.
Tu-
Fuckers.
He's still in jail. Shush. I just need to know if there's any reason for me to do a thing I want to do. Just give me a moment. Because I don't want to waste my time on something that's just like, oh, that comes in exactly once. Okay. Wow, really? It's just these guys, huh? Yeah, it's just these guys. That's weird.
Guys, I'm going to try to help solve this.
Well, there's more guys incoming.
Who do you guys have this?
This hound steps back and goes for your dog's ankles.
My God. It's sickened.
Does that
and
confirm?
scared.
Does that confirm?
Doesn't confirm.
Okay.
It does, however, inflict sinister bite if it doesn't make a will save. Goes for the Pupperino. Tier. Pupper is fine. Still takes 11, though.
Okay, so far everybody's had good, at least one good roll today.
As the turn goes over. Ugh, I don't think this guy has a token. Yeah, he doesn't even have a sheet. Wow. What an important character to this town. Let's see if I can find a little section that mentioned what he does for you. There we go. It's Father Xanthus, peeking out of the church. Yeah, he doesn't. Father Xanthus, the guy from the opening ceremony.
Oh yeah, that guy.
You know, the man. He peeks his head out of the church, and he wonders. He says that there's something else coming. Some sort of flying demon and a large mammoth beast and several competent fighters. The half the town is up in arms. He says that maybe a good idea to try to hide inside the church, but right as he says that, Ezra!
Oh my God, we triggered the end game.
Yes, you did.
Alright,
So just as a question, how badly do you want to get to kill Bra? Bartholomew, the guy who shot your other party member just a day ago.
I want to kill him quite badly.
Alright, then I'll put them all on the stack.
Ooh, awesome. It resolves. Wait, no. Claire, he's on the stack. You have a counter spell.
No. I don't
Damn
play.
it, he resolves.
I don't play counter spells.
if I want to get on here, does that take some action? I'm.
Excuse me. What are you doing?
Well, I want to get onto here to like.
Oh, you can do that in one action. It's not that high of a platform.
This dog has like -4 to everything though.
Yeah, the one next to me is pretty gimped.
You can crush that dog.
It's a little weenie.
Alright. Well, I was gonna go for the goblins, but
Well, the goblins are good, but these damage-resistant dogs are problematic.
alright.
What do you mean, damage-resistant dogs? It takes 8.
That means he has 2 left.
Fo-
Oh, wait, that was the one that hit 10. That's the one with more.
That's 14, yes. And it takes another slim and slender 7. Down to 7. Zorvus time.
Alright.
You see off in the distance some fine people. You see this nice lady.
Oh, great.
You see this chunkin man who looks like a worthwhile fight.
Oh no.
And finally, among all these delicious gentlemen is an angry. This guy is just bandaged up. He hasn't gotten like the full healing that you guys have, so he's just like, I'm gonna get him.
You alive?
I mean, he looks a bit charred around the cheeks, but
I burned you.
doesn't really matter. Torvis,
At least we got trouble in the distance. It's like it's vermin.
Father's,
The one you're replacing.
as mentioned, Father Xanth is just like, if you need some healing, just come over to the door.
That's good.
Yeah, we don't need healing now, thankfully. But oh yeah, let's. I'm gonna whack this thing.
You whap him for 6. He's down to 1. He's going to let out a spine-shivering howl soon. A bay, in fact, to make you panicked, if he can. Will you let him, Torvis?
Oh, Falcon punch.
Not like that. No, not like that. That's another pupper with a big fat gash going across its hind skimpy leg. Craig, you're down to 1 Yethound. You watch the town slowly catch fire around you, but on the plus side, people won't be too hurt. You can outrun a fire, you can't outrun these puppos.
Okay, well, so we'll do this. Okay. And we'll both attack again.
Attack who? This dog? It's dead. It's already down.
I thought you said you had one more hound. Oh, is that one over here?
Yeah, it's this one.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the spear attack.
Hey, Safi.
Yes.
The crit range on my rapier keeps acting up. How do I? Do I just put 18 in?
I don't get this. Let me just take a look. Yeah, it should be 18.
Okay, because I thought it was like 18 to 20, so I had to write it. Okay, that's fixed.
Cheer and compatriot go for a 1, and he does get to make a trip attempt. Slim the odds may be. Nope. Off in the distance, a lady emerges. Oh, she's a spellcaster. Nasty. What is she gonna cast? Kind of spell? Just kind of stretches, flexes her arms a bit. And suddenly, there are multiple of hers. Oh wait, she's still on whisper mode. Excuse me. I want you to know what she's doing with her magical spells.
She looks at Claire's character. Power word kill.
She gives herself mirror image. Marvelous. She has many of herself standing around herself. No less than 5 mirror images bestowed upon her. Attack roll, the possibility. Okay, I see how this works.
Images pretty well. Explosives.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. She casts a spell and she starts moving in, taking a stock of the situation, seeing a paladin covered in things, and seeing a bunch of dudes who are just cleaning up her favorite hounds. Oric, being ever the stoic type, just steps in a bit closer. Says, that one's new. and decides to shoot you with an arrow.
Which is you.
Torvis, the new one.
Oh, of course he rolls the ones.
Another arrow flies towards his father Xanthus, who immediately dies behind the door. He was already behind it, but he's like, nah! I'm being shot at! Kitty cat, there are new people approaching. You even smell the smell of brah, the smoky boy.
Well, first, I'm gonna pop up here for better view and try to stab this boy just to get rid of him because he should be about dead.
I mean, for as much as you can do, your damage really isn't what it should be to take these boys down.
15 on that one.
Marvelous. I think these guys are 15? Yeah, they're 15 exactly, but you do 0 because of the damage reduction.
Oh, I'm gonna end my turn by preparing one of my alchemical weapons.
There is a dog, and it does a little bay. As it calls out for help. Unfortunately, Leary is not a evil outsider, which is the requirement for being immune and exempt to this. Our good friend, even with his +1 to fear, he's momentarily stunned by this. Everyone make me a will save as you are too close to this thing.
Wow, okay, sure. Yeah, like, this thing's, like, been screaming in panic this entire time, but it has, like, a fear roar. Alright.
Nat 20, bitch.
This is a sonic mind-affecting fear effect. The save is successful, it's immune for 24 hours. Otherwise, you become panicked for 2d4 rounds. Oh yeah, Bartholomew, you also have to roll me that. Yo, Wingus, don't think you can escape your just dues. Okay, you're absolutely scared shitless by the unnatural roar of the underworld as you hear the scream of 1,000 dead this thing is eaten, and their cries not to be eaten alive. Ah, please don't. Please don't! Please! Is not a good thing to hear in your ear. I mean, to you it's probably like, eh.
I didn't even hear it.
Bartholomew walks up and he's like, I've been looking for you, and takes aim. He has a -4 on you since you're engaged in melee, kitty cat, but his shot goes wide as you take a stab at the dog and he hits you right where you were a second ago.
He shot at the position I was in before I moved.
That's what I said. The die. Your escalation die is now 3, as we are entering the semi-penultimate stage of this fight. Ezra.
Yeah, I forgot I had that to my rolls last time.
Da-da-da-da. Hey, Ezra, didn't you fail that will save?
Oh wait, I did.
You're currently panicked.
Oh, what does that mean?
Panicked is delicious. It's basically being shaken. You have a -2 to every roll you attempt to make. Let's see. A panicked creature must drop anything it holds and flee at top speed from the source of its fear, as well as any other dangers it encounters, along a random path. It can't take any other actions. Like, I like that it doesn't even say you get a -2 to attacks, because you can't make any attacks.
Drop my swords and run.
You want to get out of here. You don't want to hear this in your ears anymore.
But the random
Where's Torvis's real safe? Oh yeah, Torvis is also scared. So Torvis and Ezra start running.
I have a bonus for spear, thankfully, so that's why I failed it.
Cool. I mean, you can always use a hero point to re-roll if you got one.
So do we only have 1 hero point? Or because
You start with a session with one. You can earn more by doing something neat.
I use mine to attack crit and fail. So hold on. One. Well, I can't run that direction. So
No, you have to run as far away as you can from the source of your fear.
So the opposite direction of the
okay. So
You watch as Ezra books it. Torvis,
would I take all my actions
Yes.
to do that?
you can't take any other action but attempting to flee.
So you can't even, like, attempt to, like, take it off or anything?
No.
Oh, that's amazing.
I mean, at this point, a lot of people that are panicked inside their houses are cowering, which means they'll probably get burnt down. Torvis. Dog.
Yeah, dog. I intimidated it. I'm
You're
scared now.
yes.
So,
Claire, you're not necessarily scared of the dog. You're scared of the supernatural cries of the dying.
right. I got you. So wait, do I just pick a random direction and run, or run away from
Not a random direction, away from the dog in a location you think is a good place to be. I'll just say that you have to stop. You can stop running when you can no longer see the source of your fear.
Okay, I guess I follow Ezra.
You got a good idea.
Good place to go.
Craig,
Well, our newbie sure didn't last very long.
Craig, the enemy off in the distance is clearly going to have a nice gloat over this. Father Xanthus is closes the door. He's like, no.
Am I also running?
No, I think you were fine.
You and I passed it.
Your dog didn't, though. In the distance, Solace Creek is telling you to hold firm, heroes.
Stab again. Get 2 actions.
Nope.
+3, that's 16.
+3. Oh yeah, that is what you need. So 1 damage. Off in the distance, you hear the snickering of a spellcasty lady. It's like, oh. Let's see, how far does Rare Frost go for her? I think it goes like 35 feet, so she needs to move in a bit. She kind of nudges past Bartholomew. Out of my way, stinky boy. Oh wait, she's actually in range of her other ability, which is Hand of the Apprentice. How does this work exactly? If I were to make single attack, range for feet, takes a range thrown weapon, you can add your intelligence modifier to the attack instead of your dex mod. Cool. Let me just set that up real fast. So that's int. That's 3 plus 2 is 5. There we go. 1d4 plus 1.
Also, how close is that dog to dying?
Pretty close. A knife comes flying your way, though, kitty cat. It swooshes towards you and then whoosh, 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 goes right back to her. Like a little boomerang. Auric is currently scared shitless. He hides behind a tent. Kitty, kitty. Now, please make sure that your crit range is actually set up because,
I just did.
good. You still land a 3. It's almost there. You just need to do it.
I forgot something.
What is it?
I have a panache point. Precise strike. I can add my damage equal to my class level.
So that's another 3, so it needs 2 more damage to die.
Okay. I can stab it again. Probably died from all the other ones I forgot to add.
That ain't in the broadside of a barn. The Earthhound, no longer frightened, decides to bite around itself. It goes first for Kitty Cat, then for Craig. Snap, 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 snap. Well, sure. You probably have.
Wait, no, actually, I avoid it anyway. I'm at 17.
Yeah, but the first one's for you, and that's a 17.
Yeah, I thought defender was wins.
No, roller wins. Roller wins ties.
So do I get that bonus?
Yeah, sure.
'Cause I am above it.
Craig's AC is 15. Oh, well, cool. You get bitten.
That's a second bite, though, isn't that?
I think it was like a spin attack.
Yeah, -5. Okay, you're fine. Bartholomew is a little shaken from the dog he howls. He's kind of annoyed that you didn't hire any new elves for him to shoot. He just wants to get it a smidge closer, and Leary is like, shouldn't you get your sword? And it's like, I want to shoot my bow. He has a +1 to the attack and a +1 to the damage there, kitty cat. That's a 32 exactly.
I'm gonna make him re-roll my hero point.
How dare you?
Is this guy like the main character?
Yeah, that's what I meant when he had a big F off bow. It
Yeah,
wasn't
like
Why do you think that lovely elf ranger was having so much trouble with this guy? He's clearly a master at his job. All right, which do you want to re-roll? The first one or the second roll?
The first roll.
Cool.
I want to reroll his chance to critical.
In that case, he just rolls a 23 for 10.
Yeah, that one hits me.
Actually, that's a 23 for 11. 24 for 11, because you're using point blank range. And he shouts, "You not so wide now, huh?" Pew, pew, pew. That's a 24 for. That's not it. That's a 19 for 13.
Okay, this guy is a little powerful.
As Father Zantz is like, "Here, here." He has the magic in him. Ezra, you no longer see the source of your fear, because Craig is in the way for the most part, and the dog's kind of small.
So I can run back.
Maybe later. Craig, you're dealing with a dog that needs just a little bit more to go down.
Here.
That does him in. You've already done him in. Don't, please stop.
The last one super did him in.
Just like turning this dog into a freaking pancake. 'Cause this thing is just obnoxious.
Do you want to make that last one a throw-in attack against someone? Because I'll allow it.
Spear the spellcaster.
Is the spellcaster close enough?
Yeah. She's within throwing range. The only downside is that you have to hope that you don't hit her mirror image.
Okay. How do I decide whether I hit the
I don't know how mirror image is decided. Let me look it up. I think you just roll.
What's a critical? So when it's still auto hit.
Let's see.
The hero point, the mirror image to be the right one.
Let me check that out. That is actually a very good question.
That'd be actually really cool and heroic sounding. Like he kills the dogs and chucks the spear and like
He throws it at the right moment, and he goes through the mirror images and her.
And while she's laughing too, like because she's a cocky made bad word. You know how they are.
Apparently, rules as written, a critical hit is just a hit that does more damage. It doesn't get any special powers to it.
I thought it was still not.
Which is fair enough, because otherwise your rapier can somehow magically ignore a mirror image more of the time. So I'm just going to grab a die and give it a good old-fashioned toss. Let's see, they have 5 mirror images, so we'll just say that it's a 1d6. 1 out of 6 chance, pepperoni.
Oh, we didn't know it'd be that low.
Well, she conjured 5 of those things.
Yeah, she
Could
mapped
go
rolled
for
it.
the goblin then instead.
Well, it doesn't matter, he still hits.
Oh, okay.
Do watch the spellcaster has a big old javelin sticking out of her now, which is a very good indicator as to which one. Well, actually, the mirror images probably also get like a javelin sticking out of them now, because of how the spell technically works.
That or they shatter. That'd be cool.
We could look at the spell and see.
Larry just got hit by a spear tossed in her chest. Ow!
They mimic you exactly when you attack with a target of a spell. There's a possibility it affects the image. With a figment, the figment is destroyed.
Yeah, I think.
If the attack misses you by 5 or less, a figment is destroyed.
Areas do not destroy figments.
So a fireball does not kill them all.
Spell effect, they do not require attack. Okay, cool, neat. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, otherwise Burning Hands could counter it, and that's kind of just sad. She decides to counter you, you mean, nasty boy, first by throwing a dagger at you.
Has done jack shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she'll just go invisible then. She's out of here.
Y'all.
She vanishes from sight. Auric is still having a bit of a. Well, actually, no, the dog is dead, so everyone who's panicked is no longer panicked.
Is my spear still visible?
No, it goes invisible with her.
We tried that one before, remember?
Well, I don't have a weapon.
Auric stands in the way defiantly and ready to slash the first person foolish enough to approach him. Kitty cat. He gives you an order to surrender now or face the beast known only as. Gosh, I need to read this name because it's one of those big fancy names. Malfesh Fashnikor. And its master Nualia. By the way, kitty cat, Xanthus is ready to heal you if you want one.
gel shards.
The
I
what?
threw gel shards at him.
All right, you throw some gel shards at people because you're rude about it.
So if I hit him, this is gonna hurt a lot more than normal. So range touch attack with bada boom.
All right.
Plus 4 from the escalation die.
I mean, you don't need that much. He's on heavily armored dude. He's got 11 touch. You hit him. How much damage does this do?
First, that's 1d4 a turn until it dissipates. It lasts 5 turns. And there's now a square area around him, every adjacent square.
Mm-hmm.
Now has shards in it that count as caltrops.
Invisible ladies in them too.
A visible lady somewhere else.
Yeah, so all those areas now are caltrops. And then I move over to Xanthus.
Xanthus will give you a slippity slap. Now I think that's plus, let's just say 5 or something.
Okay, so
But yeah, this is why we want new rules. The new rules, by the way, let you heal in the middle of combat on your own.
stamina rules.
Yes. Versalimus still feeling quite a cocky over this whole bow thing working out so well.
Yeah, you found like
He's like, you know what? I really like using my flail, but gosh, if this bow thing isn't working out. He climbs up on the stage, declares himself king of the country,
Oh, he just fucked up.
and fires at Kitty Cat, and then fires at good old Craig for 9.
So it misses me.
Almost hits Xanthus as the arrow flies past, and hits Craig for 9. At that point,
He's out on top of my stage.
Ezra, you can run on back if you wish. Don't forget you dropped your greatsword somewhere.
Yep. Well, they're outside of my range increment a little bit. So, what is shooting a bow outside of range increment do?
-2 per range increment, up to 10 times.
Huh?
You can aim up to 10 range increments away, getting a -2 for every range increment beyond the first.
Okay, so I technically have +1 against Brocasmus because I haven't unstudied him or studied anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And the escalation die is 4, so I technically have a plus.
You have big hits McGee here.
Also, it's 5 right now, Bella.
Show me the goods, Bella. Show me the goods.
So
Bartholomew did not see that one coming. As someone else.
That feels like.
a new challenge.
He's down to 13. Torvis, your senses have come back to you.
it's also +1 damage. So
Oh, that's nice. So it's actually okay. Torvis, you dropped your chain somewhere.
Actually, I have a locking die.
Oh yes, it's stuck to your hand.
Yeah, it's stuck to my hand. Yeah,
Hey,
I took
I
it.
told you to get that.
Yeah, I took advantage of that crap. That thing was locked on. So I trudge on back to where Ezra is. He's too far away for me to do anything. So I just sort of stand
Hey,
there and grab.
You're wearing Masterwork Chainmail. That's medium armor, right?
Yeah, no.
So your movement speed is 30 because you're a fighter with armor training. Being a fighter is great.
5 clouds.
Yeah, so you can move. You can move the full 30 feet per action you take, Claire. So if you want to, I think you could charge up to this guy if you really wanted to. But if you do, he'll probably smack the shit out of you with his flail if he gets the chance.
yeah, 'cause
What's all you say?
I want him.
You know what? I'm gonna go where Craig is.
Okay, you're next to Craig now.
Well, no, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I get what you're saying. Plus, he's kind of in perfect range for me, I think. But
All right, Craig. Your dog can move back into the situation.
Okay, man, what happened? What Claire saying? I heard no, but
as I do, I just move towards Craig, giving him perfectly better view.
You can trip him if you want.
That was gonna be it.
Yeah. Oh, 17 doesn't hit actually. Excuse me. It has 19 AC. He's armored and agile. There's an invisible lady somewhere doing something.
He fucking rolled that goddamn trick and I can't use it.
I don't know where she isn't in the caltrops.
And 5 hits.
You know what?
Also, it's his turn. He takes a defense.
It's not his turn yet. There's an invisible lady whose turn it is. Who has to decide who gets the Ray of Enfeeblement? You know what? How far does that ray go? Because if it goes far enough, they'll probably go for... No, it only goes... Wow, close range, huh? You know what? She's going to go straight for the guy that tried to blast her. Craig, I hope you enjoy a Ray of Enfeeblement.
Oh, hey, BC 0.
No, that's just an error because they don't make these sheets right. Let's see, 3 plus 5, so it's a D20 plus 5. No, plus 6 because rays are affected by point blank. What's your touch AC, Craig?
11.
Okay, you're hit. In that case, make me a fort save. DC is 1. Okay, yeah, okay, you're fine. You are, however, still weakened by per 2 cast levels, so 2. 3. Your strength temporarily reduces by 3. There's a special box called Temp just for that. Your rock muscles stiffen as a result of this foul magic. This guy takes... This guy takes what?
1d4.
Nice.
And he's surrounded by caltrops.
I'm gonna just check out a caltrop specifically work because this guy wants to... Caltrops.
Tackle for caltrops against the creature. This attack, the creature's shield, armor, and deflection bonuses do not count. If the launch is footworthy, a +2 armor bonus. If succeeds, they have stepped on a caltrop. It deals 1 point of damage and their speed is reduced by half. Lasts for 24 hours or until the creature is treated with DC 15 heal check.
Okay, well, alright. Roll me that attack then. That D20 basically. He proudly stomps over this stuff. Clears his throat and politely asks the puppy to leave. This is a battle of men.
Instantly
You
mark.
got my place.
Where was that area?
Yeah, you got on your stage.
It was like right here, right?
Kitty cat.
Is that it?
Yes.
That is the
Kitty cat!
that bitch. Okay, I'm gonna get up here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to finish off the goblin first.
Goblin.
He's a bugbear.
The main character.
Bugbear. Okay, bugbear.
You know, the main character of this whole episode. Hence why he dodges that one. Oh, the +5, that's a 21, so that hits, yes.
And that is also +3 because of my precise strike.
Alright.
Is he dead?
No.
I can intimidate him.
Ugh. Let's see. No. He holds firm.
Final strike.
Well, that's exactly what you needed to actually bring him down to minus, so he's down.
I am kind of happy because that guy was kind of pissed. It wasn't even just because he killed my last character. He was kind of pissing me off in general.
Ezra, it's your turn.
You 4 Nash points again.
Alright, then I shall move over to my wagon. But yeah, I'll just be on top for now, as I'll shoot Auric. Both fail?
+5.
No, that is with +5.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you have that.
Alright, so you're going for Auric. Auric's AC is 21.
6, won't it? So it would be 19.
I thought it caps out at 5.
Caps out at 6.
Yeah,
as it's represented by a d6. Orcus is 21.
Alright. Nope.
No. 21 is bigger than 19.
Torvis, you feel a slight shifting in your stomach. You get a gut feeling the baddest stuff is about to come up. And I'll take this moment to update the sheet. Yethhound. We got Auric, and we got Lyria, and then we got Nualia, and then we got Mouth.
Well, wait. There's a question. Since he's on a platform, does me moving over here provoke an attack of opportunity?
I mean, you can move around them,
Yeah.
so it's no concern.
You know, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm over.
Okay, you move here and then you move in.
All right. I want to see Torvis. And I'm going to. Right. I'm Torvis. Ulrich. That's his name. This guy.
Auric.
Yeah, Ulrich. I don't like him. I'm gonna trip him. I'm gonna swing my chain at him.
Okay.
24 plus 2 plus 5.
Well, you definitely trip him, right? I'm not gonna argue that. He falls on his ass.
Yeah, he falls down, and now I'm gonna whip the chain on him.
You're so mean. As he's on the ground, you suddenly slap him with a chain. He wonders where that nice, soft ferret was earlier.
He actually, you know what that? He actually didn't want the ferret. He hoped to get it after we killed the elk.
Instead, he feels the slam of a chain on his gut.
By the way, oh man, I should have. Yeah, wait, was that all actions or?
You
Oh,
moved,
yeah, 3.
you tripped, and then you attacked.
Right.
Craig.
How is he looking?
Shaken, stirred, not even halfway.
Okay, well, I am gonna cast a ball of fire directly on top of him. Flaming spear. Right on the spear that he's prone on.
Well, and then you can use it to move over and take out the gobos.
Ha ha ha, how cute. You conjure a ball of flame to land right on
Fire.
top of his head, rolling on the stage. Luckily, the stage is not nearly as combustible as what's it called again? Like dry, like kindling. That's the term, kindling. All right, a ball of fire will land on his head. He doesn't really have the best situation to do a reflex check since he's on the floor.
Dude, this guy is.
So a chain lands on his stomach, then a ball of fire lands on his stomach, and then the dog bites him while he's on the ground.
Yeah, the freaking chain wraps around his leg, pulls him down, and then gets whacked in the belly.
All right, we get it. We get it. I'm pulling up. By the way, the effect for this. A nice little ball of flame, ball of fire. Here we go.
Cool doesn't work on trip targets.
Actually, this one is actually pretty cool. Wait, what?
No, I was having trouble.
Okay, there we go.
They will provoke attack of opportunity trying to stand up.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Wow, dang. He does not let me.
Hello. Is it a attack of opportunity from anybody participating?
Yeah. Like,
Well, to be fair to you, with a plus, Torvis, you and Craig both land a smacking blow on his head. Then
What should I lose in the last couple minutes?
that Auric just got smacked.
Yeah, he's trying to get up so we could all, like, and anyone adjacent to him could, like, beat the living piss out of him.
So can I stab him?
No, I mean sure, yeah, technically all attacks of opportunity provoke at once. The guy got bitten. He's hit in the head with a chain.
I'm
And
getting
8
bitten.
damage from me stabbing him.
Dude, where's... I know exactly what the hell this is, and I'm getting
Is this the Green Lantern
kitty cat. Get a firm feeling in your stomach that now's the time to recuperate anything you must, because something bad is soon to happen and show
Is
up.
this guy still alive?
The guy's dead.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he got pulled down and got
I like that your character build's working out for you, Torvis.
thank you.
Wait, what about the spellcaster?
They're somewhere. Maybe with a perception check, you might know where they are.
I can do that.
I'm surprised he was invisible and not hit that time.
I cannot do that.
So you take one action to seek. Go on.
My eyes
Oh,
disappeared.
good. Oh, good. She's gone. Forever.
Right up until the moment she casts Burning Hands and stays invisible because Burning Hands doesn't break invisibility.
How's Solace doing?
Let's just say that he has a little healer buddy who's like constantly throwing healing spells at him as he gets swarmed by more and more goblins.
It wastes health.
It's like watching a lawnmower fight grass that is aggressively attacking him.
It's like watching those like
How many of them are dead?
players who don't want to go through like a high level.
You know, 7 Days to Die used to have a mechanic where zombies died enough they start building up a pile of gore. He's standing on a small hill of goblins at this point. The fact that they're still throwing at him, well, I mean, perception, please. Maybe you'll notice something about the hill.
Maybe I'll notice this one.
You're probably too distracted by the hill. The bottom of the hill is leaking this red orangey fluid, similar to the stuff you saw in that tub where the Sandpoint came from, down under the glassworks. In fact, they remind you a bit of how Rip Nugget exploded.
I'm gonna yell, "Get off the bodies!" while palming one of my alchemist fires. I'm gonna burn that shit.
Going off of this would be my doom!
You're going to explode.
You're going to have to convince him as an action if you actually want to try. Otherwise, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and convince him that he is in a dangerous position now, based on previous experience.
Alright.
That'd be a diplomacy because I'm not lying.
Yes, diplomacy, because you have a fair assumption that it's true. I mean, you're trying to convince a paladin that his righteous might isn't enough to save the day.
Yeah, I'm not telling him to leave though. I'm just telling him to get off the pile.
Alright,
I'm telling him
kids.
to take like 3 steps backwards.
Ezra,
Yes, sir.
y'all have 1 round to quickly patch yourselves up or talk to people you want to talk to. I'm going to put this under. Before the final round of this big encounter happens.
I pick up my sword and I go over. Yeah. I just kind of look around because I don't see a spellcaster. I don't even think I actually saw.
You can roll me a perception check as you attempt to seek. Father Xanthus in this round, by the way, will throw out some healing for everyone at the end of the round. So keep that in mind. Okay. They're right over here. Because you hear like the swooshing of spellcasting.
Everywhere. I missed the alchemist.
They're right next to Craig. They're gonna blast everyone over there with the burning hands.
Alright then. Barbarian?
Roll me a mischance. D20. By pure chance, everyone watches as a spellcaster appears.
I'll be one time. Hello there.
She wasn't flat-footed, but 9 still kills her.
Yeah, I like the idea that like Ezra's like mind your thoughts, Ezra.
So you watch this lady with like there's like an arrow between her ribs sticking into one of her lungs, and she's like she falls into her knees.
Does she still have my spear?
Yes, and she's half leaning on the spear, unfortunately. So you now have a round to prepare yourself as you hear a loud, unpleasant sound in the distance.
Here's what just happened, by the way.
I'm gonna pull up the handouts for these fine gentlemen. So this is the beast that you're gonna be facing in a moment. Not the guy in the foreground. That's a human being.
I figured.
You're also gonna have to contend with. Please don't be a booby lady. Okay, she's not a booby lady. Like she's in the drawing. But there you go. You also have to contend with this fine lady.
I love her.
What the hell is? She looks like a freaking D&D.
Here's where you were supposed to encounter her, but just imagine. Just imagine.
Oh, Sappy, there's titties right there in the back.
Well, I can't see.
Hold on, I missed that titty. Show me again.
It's the player art handout in raw. There's a statue with.
Oh, okay.
Point is,
Armor dude. His big sword. Was it special?
he was just very good with it. It's a masterwork.
Yeah, that shield looks special. But I'm guessing it's just kind of cool.
Let's see. He does have a +1 banded mail, and he had a potion of cure moderate wounds in his pocket.
I'm taking that.
Wait, Bella, grab the guy's soul.
I'll give you the full loot loadout later, but for now, oh, her name is Leary. Whatever. Shut up, Leary. There's too many EAs around here. Anyway.
I'm gonna keep yelling at Solace.
Ooh, the lady has a cloak of resistance +1. That's nice, and a wand of magic missile. Nice things here. Nothing you can use. Oh, that's just awesome. I like that it mentioned that she stole some stuff from Pseudo. Wait, what? Small pouch of artifacts. Hair, fingernail. Oh, that's for scrying. Of course.
What a weirdo.
Yeah. She also has a potion of cure light wounds in her pockets.
I will.
I'm just pointing out the things that are immediately useful. There are more things on them, but these are like the things you want to pick up right now.
Also, you said we all got healing, right?
Yes, you all get that 15 points of healing from Father Xanthus, who loses his calm when he hears the unearthly growl of a Greater Barghest,
I'm fully healed.
which will be your most formidable foe yet. But do not fear, for this will certainly be your creme de la creme of the day. From the door, he whispers, like, he rattles off everything that a that a Barghest can do. Does anyone here have any good skills for listening to someone rattle something off quickly?
I have high perception. And
Good.
secret decipher.
Go take care of that. I need to actually go to the bathroom real fast.
So roll for it.
Savvy said, "Get nervous." Yeah, roll for it. By the way, we're in trouble.
Now we got this. We just
I got this. Don't worry about it.
You know what a Barghest can do, right?
We're about to learn. Well, I am at least.
Oh, I'm standing next to him, so I assume I'd be able to hear it.
Yeah, but it's the ability to listen to things really quickly.
Also, that office space scene is just that guy was just trying to get up. Just get him. Yeah, you like being the main character now?
But he wasn't the main character. The main character was the goblin was the bugbear I stabbed.
Right. Well, and I guess in this case it's just like my character like whipping the chain. Yeah, you like that? You like being a smartass now? I don't even know who you are. Bam.
Also, this thing we're fighting has a cool name.
Oh, Barghest? Yeah, it's a
No, the
goblin
specific one we're fighting.
dog. Oh, what's it called?
Do you see a name that Safi posted in one of the
Malfeshkinor?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Malfeshkinor.
Malfeshkinor. Right.
And also Nivalia, who is Bay.
But hey, there's at least one good
Yeah,
thing.
we're gonna have to probably kill her too. Just gonna point that out.
She looks like she's gonna have a problem. But hey, there is at least one thing I know that is good. Because since I remember Barghest in D&D.
Hmm.
They don't have DR. Well, they do, but against magic.
Yeah, and that's why none of us are spellcasters.
Yeah, we did it. We gamed the system. By the way, are we gonna watch Pyros? By the way, are we gonna watch Pyros the Third like explode? We should. By the way, we actually.
I'm trying to get him off there. Only I'm trying to get him off there, and he's a fucking dragon. Remember?
Well, like I haven't had a chance to go over there yet.
He's also a dragon.
Then I was too
Oh,
busy.
we don't
Kind of
know that.
honestly, my character was kind of.
Also,
Impressed
does that
by
say this is a
physical
greater
nature.
Barghest?
Yes, this is a Greater Barghest.
Oh.
So we're punching 4 levels above our CR.
Well, you have with you a pal boy who can maybe keep it busy for a few months. Additionally, despite being very tough, let me just check this out. It, I mean, the biggest, yeah, but lucky you. Lucky you, you might have someone who can help with that. No, I'm talking about the fact that magic weapon is something I think clerics can use. Yep. Thus, lucky you. Your friendly neighborhood cleric can give your weapons a magic weapon for a turn once he figures it out. Once he figures out how to use that thing. Alright,
Wait, I thought it was resistant to magic, not resistant to anything else.
No, DR.
10 magic, yeah.
It takes from everything that isn't magic.
At least its armor class isn't that high. It's actually lower than Orc. And that's Pathfinder's biggest flaw for you.
Oh, just gonna get on its back now and stab it to death.
You watch as as a little squire and big man just clean each other off. Like, he takes his helmet, just starts wiping off the sweat. Damn. Whew. Well, the adrenaline wears off. It really comes crashing down, doesn't it?
I got a feeling something's coming.
Yeah. So we're gonna say that for you, the die doesn't go down, but for him it does. Okay, cool. They're still on secret rolls, which I don't want. You guys deserve to know that shit's gonna get bad.
You don't say.
Yeah. Let's see.
Quick question. I have a vial of holy water in my inventory. Can I like splash that on a weapon to hurt the bargain?
Yes.
That counts as holy, not magic.
I say that since it's holy water. It helps, but it doesn't help for long because holy water evaporates and you're leaving it on the fur.
I mean, it should help enough.
Let's see, how many could he enhance? This Father Xanthus, in his panic, will cast a spell on initiative 20 to make all your weapons magical for wow, it's actually a few hours, huh? Nice. As he has in his hand like a magic scroll. Oh, it's for castle levels. Okay, so you get +2 weapons for this fight. In that case,
So mine's +3.
so in that case, I will in fact reset the escalation die to keep it nice and fresh. All right, Ezra. Magic befalls you a magic sword, which is now magical. As you see in the distance, a large priest jump into the market stands and crush them with its mighty girth.
Alright, so my weapons are all +2 now?
Your weapons are all +2 now. +2 to damage, +2 to accuracy. I think I'm only going to use the fun spells on him. They're fun.
And there's a giant fireball sitting here, just in case.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. The Barghest's greatest assets are not its claws, but the magic it can bestow. Why does it have this? I don't think it's even affected by that. Man, Barghests are weird. Ezra, what do you do on your turn? You step on in closer?
Since this is technically a encounter, am I going before they act?
You do they act against you on initiative 8, so yes, you go first. I think it's Dex is so yeah, I think what's your Dex, kitty cat? Better than 15?
Let me check.
Because if it's better than 15, you go before the Barghest.
My dex is 14, but I get a +2
No,
for
I
swashbuckler's initiative.
I'll say that counts as a tiebreaker then. You're swashbuckler.
okay, flat-footed.
A masterful arrow. The Barghest, in all of its frivolity of breaking things down, is hit for 18. A significant chunk.
And I think that makes him a stealthy target.
If you hit with sneak attack, yes.
Alright,
Would you like to go again?
I will. One more. That does not hit.
No. Torvis, you're about to face another lady with a bastard sword. It's all two-handed around here. Oh no, wait, you can wield it in one hand because she's proficient with it.
Came to the right town. Oh, I'm gonna go over here with the paladin man.
He says that you'll have to wait with autographs for later.
Right. Let's go, shiny boy. Yeah, I'm just gonna take advantage of this. I actually did not buy a bow. Good job.
There's a bow literally right here.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of people with composite bows.
I
Well,
killed the guy that has
that
the
I
bow.
don't. I would have that, and then I would have to unlock to get the chain from my gauntlet.
Yeah, there's a bunch going on here. Um, you know what? He pats you on the back as you come in close. Says autographs later, but you notice that he was actually holding a charge for Shield of Faith in his hand. It gives you a +2 shield bonus for a little while. Which is probably because you're about to get slammed and he was going to use it on himself.
He sees me, and I'm like this older woman. Wait, how old is he? Oh wait, yeah, he's
I
Dragon.
I mean, he looks like exactly like a dazzling paladin should. Like, ah.
Quick draw. Loving here.
Craig, what do you want to do?
Well, she's too far away for me to swing the ball at. Actually, no. How fast does it move?
I think 20 feet, but I might be dumb.
Okay.
30 feet.
Still too far away.
I say that you can use multiple actions to direct it, so you can direct it twice if you want to.
So let's do that. Have some fireworks.
Yeah, since it is a move action, I imagine you can do it multiple times per turn. Is it? I don't know. Ah, whatever. Just it rolls into into this big Barghest, which makes a reflex check. Now, is it reflex for half? Oh no, it's negation. It avoids with deftness getting hit by a ball of fire. Despite its size, it probably just lifts a leg or something. I don't know. It has an arrow sticking out of it, and it's getting increasingly angry, meaning it's increasingly incentivized to use its bigger, badder spells. Once it gets a turn, that is, after Kitty Cat. Ignore all these goblins. They're basically just a big heap of goop.
Okay, so he's gonna, since the fireball's on the way, circle up around here and get a defensive position set up because he doesn't have very good ranged abilities.
True.
And I really don't feel like leaping into the middle of that.
Did you know that Barghests have 18 intelligence? Now you do. They're not gonna run into you guys. That's he probably just points you because you're dumb.
Oh shit, it can talk?
Yes, Barghests can talk.
No, I'm saying that in character.
He's like, yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Cool, can we talk about this then?
Hmm.
You know, it'd be funny if you
Like,
actually decided to be diplomatic.
yeah, can we just sit down and talk about this?
You wanna? How about me and you?
No.
Sit down and talk this bitch out. I was
And yep, he decided to leave.
You're going to be a wow wow.
By the way, hey, I just want to point something out. Have you noticed that like every spellcaster we face has invisibility?
It's a really good spell.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, it's kind of overpowered in a lot of these games because so many things don't have it.
The
And it's pretty much
the thing with invincibility is it does break when you attack. And when you cast a spell, you're usually loud and noisy. So it's kind of a trade-off of things. Additionally, when you're invisible, you can be targeted by friends either in a lot of circumstances. So it kind of depends on what you're trying to do as to how useful it really is. Let's see. Well, Ezra, while you can't see it, you can definitely smell him.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, this spell is freaking long.
Well, I mean, it lasts until he decides to take a big bite out of someone. I'm gonna say that spells just break it because it's kind of dumb that it doesn't in 5. He did a good job making that work like that. Nuali.
So this is a sphere of legit
Wait.
invisibility. So it's a dome.
Oh yeah, wait, she will become visible again, doesn't she?
invisible.
Yeah,
And
this
if
is a
Craig knows this, he can cast that light spell on her, and she can't become visible.
Well, she is out of the area, so she becomes visible again and wonders what the hell the point was. The creature says that it doesn't have to explain itself, betraying its location. Although, to be fair, apparently it has 18s and all mental stats, so it probably wouldn't have done that. But hey, it's probably cocky, because she's going to put up with the paladin. Well, you know what? First she's going to hit herself with an ISO bull strength. Just, that muscle up.
I'm gonna wreck you, bitch.
I'm going to give you the pain.
I don't need physiology.
And then she takes big, nice steps over. And would like to know what size you would like your coffin to be.
Good question.
Ezra, you can take a good stab at where he is. Wink!
Can I track to see where he was?
Now, you can roll me some perception if you want to, or some survival. Because there is like some grass over there and he's pretty big.
Ooh, yeah.
He is directly in front of you.
Wait, what, like,
I'm just going to make him visible for a split second so you can see what I mean.
Getsuga Tensho.
okay, now.
That's why I said you could smell him.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't want to, like, screech too much about invisibility being annoying, but yeah, if he's that close.
Ezra, what do you want to do? He's so smelly.
No, that would not be a good idea. So I'm just gonna swing.
Ow!
So,
Do not.
nope.
That's a miss. Give it another go, perhaps.
Nope.
That's a miss. You need a 20. But don't forget the escalation die is increased, so.
Okay,
And
so
you have a magical weapon.
one more. Plus one more.
Well, no, oh, okay. Moving on. Torvis. Nualia with her big, big +1 bastard sword.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Alright. I'm gonna say let's do this cat and give him a little football pat on the butt.
Why does
Okay,
everyone go for the butt?
I'm gonna move right here. Alright, this is a big one. So, I'm going to use a hero point.
Oh wait, yeah, that would have been a 20 to hit. Because you got some extra to target.
Oh, then. Do they take damage?
What?
Savage?
What?
Apparently Ezra did hit because of study target.
Yeah, because I didn't put the die.
Then you must roll me for concealment. Which is d20, you must roll an 11 or higher. Unless your study target somehow helps with concealment.
No. 11.
Well, he still eats a 10. Ow.
I like how Ezra, like, so Ezra's on one side, just like squaring up with this hell beast. Then me and the cat are dueling with, I want to say a character who looks like someone from Ruby, but not.
I was gonna go for JoJo, but I just like to imagine those legs doing that JoJo walk. Torvis, you walk up. What else do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna use a hero point. I'm gonna swing a bolus at her. To like, yeah, bolus.
You throw Nico Bolas at her.
Yeah, I'm to, try to like hit her and trip her. So, wow, F this game.
But you'd like to turn that hero point into a reroll.
Yeah, cause wow, that just.
Do it again.
Show me the goods.
18 and.
Actually, I think her armor class is 18, so yes, you do hit her.
Oh yeah, +1 from the escalation die.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so yeah.
No, but you just need 18 to hit her.
Okay, cool. Why'd that not do damage?
It did. It's right there.
Oh.
Roll me for tripping.
I read that completely brain dead there. What? Okay, so now here's the question.
EMP.
What is the question, Claire?
Okay, it's still CMB. Dang. Well, that's +2.
Let's see. It's 21 on her. Gosh, where did you get that from? Why is it 21?
Yeah, why is it 21?
Let's see. She's 3. No, she's like 3 strength, 1 dex, 5 BAB. Yeah, I don't know where she gets the other 2 from. Maybe some.
Take that 2 away.
So yeah, I don't know where that's from, but still not enough.
Okay, and I guess my last. Oh wait, I moved, swung the bolo. Yeah, okay, and I'm gonna try intimidator.
Wait, doesn't strength affect CMD?
Yeah, but
No,
but her strength is now +3. Her dex is +1. She has 5 BAB, so it should be 19.
I mean she would have probably broke the bolo, but bolus.
It
Well,
it's I don't know. There's a couple of things I can imagine. Oh no, I don't
Point
know.
is, I scream a 22 intimidate at her.
She has a wisdom of 3. She has 6 hit dice, so she's still scared by the fact you're a scary chain guy.
Cover me, bitch.
Hell yeah,
I'm like reverse anime.
Craig.
I'm bad grandma.
I am going to shove these ballers around here.
A ball. Ah, my reflex save sucks.
Barghest getting jumped in the face.
Can you roll me the damage for that fireball too? Ah! Wait, does she have any resistance to fire? Cause she does have no resistance to everything but fire. And then a dog goes to bite her in the ankles.
This really, honestly, kind of cool lady is, then again, she's big.
Kitty, kitty, cat, cat. Would you like to taste some
I was
steel?
gonna try to jump on her.
It's dangerous.
There's a giant ball of fire.
It's very
Seems
dangerous.
like a good idea.
Very dangerous.
Stab her.
I'll just like move up here and
The
just stab her.
fireball has now dissipated.
Oh, it was the end of the round. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna pogo stick plunging attack her.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Fine, I'm just gonna go stab her.
I mean, it would have been great if you got impaled on that bastard sword.
Yeah, that's kind of the first thing I imagined.
You actually hit her for a 9 or 12.
12.
Oh wait,
no, that's
no
only
wait, no wait, that's you. I clicked the wrong token. Whoops. That's 1. You have 1 action left.
I'm go for stabbing her again because I'm currently within range.
Show me the goods. Still hits for 10. Amazing.
No, because the magic.
What?
Or did I get that out of
I don't know if you.
magic weapon?
Yeah, if I don't know if you had a magic weapon or not.
Well,
I think you did.
Yeah, we all remember the paladin or
Yeah.
the priest guy cast magic weapon on all our stuff.
Mm,
actually took some good damage that round.
Malfish Necror is going. Oh, I mean, he could cast a spell, but he could also. He could also do something far more fun. And that show you what a real set of knives looks like. Ezra, you watch as right before his claws strike you, he becomes visible. And you can look this man dead in the eye as he tries to land his claws on you and then take a big bite out of your neck.
Oh no.
oof. Oof. That's
33.
yeah, I'm dead.
Are you dead dead?
Well,
10 hit points over what?
yeah.
Yeah, but you can take up to your negative con score before you properly die. You're just
Or
dying.
you can use the hero point to cheat death.
Yeah. I think you used it already, though.
Which you did,
Alright.
yeah.
I mean, well, the thing is though, you said we could get up to 3, so how many do we have? Or like, how many does everyone have?
Safi hasn't given us any extra ones this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just even my ridiculous stunts have not gotten us anything.
Well, to be fair, your ridiculous stunts are becoming rather rote.
And they're more for D's, aren't they?
They're more for extraneous deeds you weren't required to do.
Like retarded?
I mean, you can always just ask for a hero point if you think you've done something that is warranting of such an action. But let's move on to the fact that Ezra's on the floor and the Mel Freshcore is having a good day, really.
Wait, I got one. I gotta ask one, Savvy.
Yes.
Okay. Who got the killing blow on the bow guy main character?
Me.
Okay, Zyla avenged the death of her fallen companion.
Noelia kind of snickers. You guys are so stupid. And then she tries to channel negative energy, but it doesn't roll good at all.
Yeah, I mean, she's scared too, so why is she scared?
She's having that. Listen, people can throw up an act.
Yeah.
As this fails, she in frustration just basically throws all her weight into her sword at Kitty Cat.
At least that wasn't a confirm.
At least it wasn't a confirm.
I like how the bad guys have.
Yeah, that's too much for me to even try to counter that.
Yeah, I like how the bad guys have countered critted I think 3 times said.
Are you gonna sue me for that, Claire? That I rigged roll 20 dice?
I'm just gonna go take over your country now, Savvy, in the Netherlands.
Hey, you actually remember where I live for once.
Doesn't taking it over.
Ezra's out for the time being. There's someone waiting for someone to leave.
Wait, doesn't Xanthus heal at the top of the round if you're close enough?
Yeah, but he doesn't want to approach while that thing's still close to you. That's a death sentence. He doesn't know if that thing is 10-foot reach or 5-foot reach, or that he would just walk over you.
Fair enough.
Torvis,
Kind of camp that it the corners.
if you can take care of Nuali, at the very least you can get yourself some breathing room.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna slip in here.
You charge in.
I assume this stuff won't crush up, so I'm not standing on it.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has basically been smashed and thrown all over the place.
Yeah, alright, so
And burning.
yeah, so she's shaking, so I'm gonna swing the chain at her.
You throw the chain behind yourself, give it a little extra swing a ding ding.
Wait. What the heck? I remember I got crit, but I didn't. Yeah.
That's a solid ow.
Yeah, and she's now sickened, so
Oh yeah, that's another. Cool. I mean, the demoralize wears off, but she's sickened now. Instead.
yeah, she's sickened. Wait, she
The status effect lasts until the end of the turn of the person who inflicted it, I'd say.
by the way, you think she was dead or?
No, she's still standing. She's 12 hit points left, so if you get another one of those fine blows in.
Yeah, let me swing the chain. Okay, that'll do it, but
Craig.
I am going to cast Aspect of the Bear onto the kitty cat.
Bear.
Suddenly off.
+2 enhancement to natural armor and +2 to CMB rolls. You can also perform bull rush, grapple, and overrun combat maneuvers throughout session.
So Kitty Cat, you get a +2 to your natural armor bone. This for a while, and some CMB stuff. I think this would be a better one for Torvis, given the CMB stuff Torvis likes to do. Alright, what does your dog do?
My dog does. My dog fucking does nothing.
Kitty Cat. Oh, you can try again, yes. Take a 5-foot step, and you might just get a flank.
Yep, I did take that 5-foot step.
You take a hop to the side, line yourself up.
yeah, that's why.
Bada boom.
Almost. Just need a little more. She's standing, and she slowly raises her holy weapon, her holy tool.
Full strength had more damage.
No, it's aspect of the bear. It's a different thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, because I did.
Additionally, 2 extra damage wouldn't have done it anyway. So
Actually, you
Well,
probably hit her
+3.
anyway because she has -4 to everything, so whatever.
anything rolled, not armor class.
Dang it.
A 16. Is that okay? So yeah, that's not gonna hit. I don't know why you get a third attack. You took a 5-foot step. That's an action.
Oh, I keep forgetting those aren't a free thing. So
All right.
I did exactly 11
So, you know what? The bar guest will present you with a nice. He'll get to decide which one of you is gonna maul next: the little kitty cat or the rock man. Which one of them deserves it first?
Is that all you got?
You say,
No, he's actually asking you which one first, and anyone who gets snarky gets to die first.
Who would be snarky between the kitty cat?
And the rock.
he takes a deep breath.
Like he's asking, who do I go for first? Who do you want next?
What a stupid paladin.
Listen,
Why isn't the paladin doing anything?
he's been whirlwind shopping a whole bunch of goblins. Are you really gonna tell him that he needs to man up?
We have a Barghest here. Figured him and Rousey would be helping us out.
He's shinier and better than your pelt, boy.
Well, maybe if you tell the bar guest who to kill next, you'll see what happens.
Say the paladin.
Also, here's a reaction to the Barghest question and Catboy's
Oh,
response.
He's asking Bella's character.
No, he's asking anyone who wants to answer that question. Like Ezra's unconscious at this point. So, decide quickly, or he's gonna go for the easiest target, the kitty cat.
Easiest. I'm offended.
He can flank you, and he'll probably tear your head off.
Probably true. Torvis, you could try to get his attention, being the fighter.
Can you tell him to go after the paladin?
I mean, yeah, can I? I mean, I'm a loud, spitting, cursing lady. Can I do that?
He's just asking. Just say it.
Don't ask questions, Claire. Do.
Sorry. Why don't you go for the paladin? He's prettier than you.
He's prettier than you. Just got me. You know what? Fine. Take a hero point for being a little sassy cunt. The Barghest storms through the tent and market that's standing in front of him. Are those caltrops still there?
No, they're
Aw.
I thought they
yeah,
were
last 5 points.
You watch as the paladin hasn't even put his helmet back on again as he suddenly gets a big old guy crashing down on top of him. Luckily, he's a paladin and has bullshit armor class. Doesn't help him when he's like flat-footed because he's not ready to fight. Ugh! You've bought yourself a round. Nualia is gonna do that thing she likes doing, which is first one of these against everyone close to her. Oh yeah, the Barghest is gone. That means that little Father Zuneric is gonna come on in.
Oh, good. I was gonna try to go save her.
He pulls out a
I'm
little.
gonna use one of my 4 panache points for
wait. So
Ezra, you're back at 6.
Okay.
Everyone who's close to her must roll me that. Will save DC 16 or take 11, which includes the Barghest, not her. She's not included. She can exclude herself by force of will. Cool.
Yeah, I got that DC half. I used that Trump life before.
And then she takes that big old blade, and she, you know what, Torvis, you think you're so clever. You know who isn't clever? Someone without a head.
Ow!
Thank God you're a fighter, right?
I know, right? Thank God I actually have health this time.
Hey, Claire, you know what you could have done there?
What?
Hero points can allow you to act out of turn. You could just punched her out.
I mean, I was digging the idea of like hanging her from the bolo and rocking her on her butt.
She's almost dead.
I know. I don't have a hero point though.
You just got one.
bring back.
I think you said you got one.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I apologize. My connection may have
Said
went
you
out
got
when
it
I.
for being a sassy bitch.
Yes.
Thank you.
For being like the paladin's prettier than you. That one got me. And it's so fitting for a Barghest too.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to spend that hero point as Zala recommended, or are you going to hold on to it for a more important time?
Well, I mean,
More important.
Yes or no?
Is that,
Just give
Choice.
just give me the short of it.
I'm gonna keep it for now, and I'm gonna strike her. She's sick and ready to go down. So
Ezra, you can get back on your feet, and then you can do as you please. So move action to stand up, and then you have 2 actions left.
my mouse is breaking.
And what's the escalation die at? 3? Alright, so leave that at 3.
Oh my god. 1 second.
What are you doing, Ezra? Is it something?
30.
That's a good to hit.
Damn. The Barghest now has 2 arrows sticking out of it from you.
And that was my get up and move.
And your attack. Torvis,
Okay.
little lady is giving you the old stinker eye. As she says that the Rotchie's concert will blah 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 blah.
Yeah, she's babbling about stuff. I don't care. It's time to die, lady. I swing the chain.
Wait, are my weapons still magic?
Yes,
Alright.
that lasts for minutes. Actually, I think for hours. So
Yeah, and you didn't die.
you take your chain high, and thanks to the adrenaline in your blood, you crash it down on her, however you like.
I wrap down her neck and garrote her.
Ah! Wow, that's mean. You still have 2 actions left.
Okay, I'm a little hurt, so I'm actually gonna use the 2 actions to grab a healing potion that I have.
Mhm.
That potion of moderate light wounds. And
Yes.
take it.
Go. That's 2d8 plus 3. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. What was that? 2D what?
2d8 plus 3.
I need to use the dice thing, right?
You can always add 3 mentally. 14.
Okay, cool. I recommend the cat deals a little too.
Oh, no, I'm dumb. It's actually 2d8, but whatever. Stick with it. Torvis, and that's Craig's turn. Craig, the Barghest is
Not like the next door. I'll take some more damage because technically he didn't stop being my steady target.
all right. Craig, the big Barghest is having a field day whapping this paladin around, who should not have been flat-footed and so unaware of the situation. But he was cleaning his armor. Can you blame him? Your spear, guided by magic, may just do something. That'd be nice. Is that with or without the magic bonus?
Magic.
Yep. Your
How about the escalation die?
your spear joins the arrows in his side. Like his left side has now got 3 things sticking out of it. That's just great. Your dog can do something too if it wants. Give him a little chomp in the butt.
Let's see if I can fucking trip it.
I don't like the odds, but I like your gumption. That hits. You can roll me the CMB. It's a 32 to trip.
I don't think I could roll a 32 with enough fun.
Ba da ba ba da ba. Kitty cat.
I think I'm not gonna try to trip the Barghest.
Kitty cat. The Barghest.
So you say there are things inside, including the spear, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna climb and ride it.
I appreciate your gumption. What's your ride check looking like?
Uh,
More importantly, do you want to take attack of opportunity because you're technically moving into a space, and it'll probably kick at you.
Well, technically, I didn't really want to ride. I was gonna try to jump on its back and stab my sword into it.
It's a whole different bookcase.
I want to do that because I have a terrible ride.
Show me the goods then.
Okay, let's acrobatics this bitch. 30.
Marvelous. You'll succeed.
I'm on it. I'm gonna like stab my sword in its back to try and hold myself on it.
Nasty.
Boom.
Now that's a shanking, and technically you're still flanking. Marvelous.
In it, and I'm
All right. Let's see what the Barghest is gonna do when his turn comes around. You know what? He thinks the paladin needs to help him with this flea he has on his back.
oh, and +3 from my precise short.
+6, you mean? It's critical.
Oh yeah, +6.
Well, the Barghest is gonna ask the paladin if he could be so polite as to help with this flea he has on his back. The paladin rolls 2. So he's gonna be like, yes! That's perfectly reasonable.
Fucking dragon, dude.
I like you're accusing him of things that you don't know about that might not even be true.
Maybe a different sauce.
Yeah, this could be like the real solace or fake.
I like that you're like the real Sol.
Dude, are you like the real?
maybe this is like early Solace, back when he was just a little weenie trying his best. Well, he cast a spell. You know what? He just throws a claw back to like push the dog away. It's just like, get out of here. Shoo, pupper. Just the one on tier. Ezra. The Barghest is almost down. The bleeding is starting to get to it. It's breathing heavily.
Let's put it out there that Ezra's been like beating the piss out of this thing.
Well, that's what Ezra does. They're a slayer. What do you want?
I just like that they've been doing a lot. So
You know-
Cat's not right in the Barghest.
That's it. Ezra did it. Ezra comes on in with that big old sword, and how do you finish him off?
Just gonna like run toward him and just kind of like stick him underneath it. Like, nah, I'm gonna stick him in the belly and just drag across.
Do a cool like Warframe slide under him.
Oh, the cat is riding him down.
It is at this point, kitty cat, that things are quiet. You, Solace will not be under effect of a charm spell anymore because the person who charmed him is dead.
I jump off. I'm like, yeah, we just get killed by Solace.
Goodness me!
I like the idea of you, Ezra, like holding the Barghest and you're like riding it and it falls over dead and you're like, aww.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, oh.
Well, you know what?
I won.
You know what? So apparently the Barghest has standard treasure, but he has none on him. So, unless you guys ever plan to go to Thistletop again and see whatever they hit up there, how about we check out all the treasure of all the guys that are currently here? I need to gather a bunch of things, so give me a moment. In the meantime, how about everyone roll me some D100s because we'll just roll to see what the Barghest has on him, in like a little baggie.
I got a 50.
Because Barghests are intelligence, and they probably do lootin'. Darn lootin'.
Also, the cat gets off, flicks
I
his
rolled
sword.
a fucking 1. I have been rolling like shit.
I got a rock.
Hey,
Nice.
Just nice.
I found his dick.
Don't. Please don't.
You find out that I'm not just not even an edgelord. I'm just a weird trophy hunter.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I sliced his ear off, by the way.
So, Ezra, the cat says, that was fun. It looks like you almost died.
I think it did. I'm good.
Glad you didn't.
I thought you were dead.
Man, if you died, you'd have had to go and explain that shit to the other one.
Well, here's all the cool stuff you find, and let's take a look-see at what the Barghest has rolled. Table 7. 50 is... Ooh. Who here wants to roll me 3d4 to see how much money is jiggling in that bag of his?
I'll do 3d4.
Yeah, since it was counting 50.
700 gold pieces pour out of his little fanny pack.
Nice.
He also has... Ooh. You know what, Ezra, for doing so good, you can roll me the 2d4 to see what kind of cool art object is in there. worth 300 gold pieces. There's a 10-pound gold idol in there.
I rolled one more d4.
Ooh, okay, that's 600 gold pieces worth of golden idol then. It's an idol of a golden hunting dog, which, makes sense you would want that. Let's see okay, we got Craig's one, and we got the 16. Oh wait, no. There's a D100. Okay, I'll roll with it. We'll fix it in post. All right, number 1. Now, fun part, that one you rolled is an eternal wand of cure light wounds.
An eternal wand of cure light.
So let me
Awesome, actually.
let me explain what those actually do, because they're not bad. Eternal wands, I think you can just keep using. I read the wrong page, didn't I? Wait, what? They're in the player's handbook? I thought those were in the Magic Anthem. No. No. They're in this book, but for some reason it mentions that it's in the player handbook, which doesn't make any sense. Ugh, whatever. Maybe it may have genericized them. There you go. Let's see. So 2 times. Yes. So yes, you will basically have a wand that twice a day can cast 1d8 plus 1 hit points of healing. Might be useful once we figure out just what the fatigue rules are going to be. The stamina rules. An 83. Let's take a look what an 83 is on this fine table of mine. It's nothing too exciting. It's a potion of neutralized poison. Never not handy to have. Ooh. You know what? Claire. Who here? You rolled a magic item, which could be a weapon, armor, or shield. But how about I let you guys decide under yourself what category you want it to be? An armor, a shield, or a weapon?
I could use a weapon at some point.
Like, this is going to be a +1 weapon of some kind. Or a +1 armor. And it's going to be masterwork.
So +1 magic thing, masterwork.
Yes.
Definitely not a shield. Well, maybe.
I prefer my knife, so.
Yeah. Who feels like they need? Because I mean, my chain is amazing, so I don't really need a weapon right now.
I-
Apparently, I still be update.
Do you want a greatsword, lady?
Well, I have a great sword, but if it's a better one.
It's a +1 greatsword, so it does +1 extra damage, too.
Well, what about that lady we killed? She had a really cool looking great.
She had a you mean Noalia? Hers was a +1 bastard sword. It's slightly different.
Is it like magical in any way? Because it was.
I said it's a +1!
Oh, sorry.
+1s are always magic.
I don't.
Wait, then my masterwork great sword was magic. To begin with.
It got extra potency resonating in there. Alright, well, that's what you find. A cool sword, a cool statue, a potion, a wand of slapping people back into shape, and all the other things they have. The paladin will take solace in taking all the knickknacks of the goblins and just throwing it into a heap. The town's burning will slowly begin to dissipate as things resolve.
I will help it along with my
Well, as I mentioned, there's still technically probably some things left behind in Thistletop. Nothing on the first floor, that's just gone. Any loot that was there, you've burnt. Which is to say, there was, in fact, an extra secret loot stash that's gone now, unfortunately. Or maybe not. Maybe you can find it, but looking through a pile of ash is kind of time-consuming and not great. Additionally, there's no easy way to get to Thistletop anymore since you burnt the bridge. So...
What was Brav's masterwork composite longbow at like plus?
Oh yeah, what was his longbow made to do? Let's see. Apparently it's a +4 in terms of strength, so it's like a big draw bow.
I can't wield it yet, but I'll hold on to it.
Well, I mean, I was thinking. Well, actually, since you have so much money, it might be
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at some things. I think we're about ready to wrap it up. Hey, you leveled up. Next level's it's
I would have.
next level's 9,000. You got 9,475 per person. Yeah, I need to look up and see if there's any story experience that is awarded for specifically killing the boss of the big dungeon.
That was a like that was a brutal encounter. That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, there is still some stuff in Thistletop, so it might be worth going back. There might still be things there. Like some goblins trying to see if they can fix their home.
I'd be willing to go back once I've had a rest.
Let's see. I need to know where this lady is, so I know if she. Oh, there's someone
Oh,
beeping
we
outside.
got our first agility spell improvement.
It's a. Mhm.
Oh, cool! I just did a dice roller. I just rolled a 10 for my HP.
Lovely. Look at this. I mean, to be fair, you probably got like pretty banged up over there, so. Ooh, I wonder what everyone else is gonna get for their level 10.
It's a 12.
If I'm correct, our druid finally gets to turn into animals.
I do.
And he can resist nature's lure.
Why would I resist that?
I think it's just a +4 against saving throws against being. Oh! It's a +4 against saving throws against spell-like and supernatural abilities of any Fae. Nice. It also applies to spells and effects that target plants such as Blight, Entangle, Spike Growth, and Warpwood.
Wait, Claire, what did you just get?
I just got 9 extra hit points.
I got 12.
By the way, Ezra, since you rolled below average, you can add +1 to your roll.
Okay, so I'm now at 32.
Let's see. You all are weird classes. Our local swashbuckler gets a bonus feat. A local fighter gets a bonus feat. I know that because that's all fighters ever get, outside of some cool other tricks.
I get the same kind of bonus feat you get.
I might need to ask Sappy what features she takes so I can become the chain lady.
There's a prerequisite table, Claire. You can just look up the prerequisite table. Additionally, our Slayer gets Slayer talents. Don't forget your skill points and your saves increases and your base attack increases. And don't forget to go.
Why did you keep saying Sappy like Sappy's not here?
No, I need to ask Sappy really quick. I don't know why I asked that. Okay, Sappy.
Yes.
Fighter has like weapon proficiency stuff that they do. Does that mean do I still need to take exotic weapon proficiency for the spike chain, or
I say that fighters are just proficient with any weapon. They get a free exotic because you're a fighter. Your thing is you know weapons. You picked up a weapon. You're like, I like this.
I'll be
okay? So
back.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
That kind of easy to disarm. Do I need weapon focus then?
You do need weapon focus,
Okay.
Weapon focus is good.
but it's a +1 to your attack roll, so it's something you want anyway.
Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, I just want to make sure because I don't want to be dumb.
And the weapon special.
That's what I want to get for my combat.
You know what's like really nasty about how Torvus works? Torvus has really good base damage on that spike whip chain.
Oh,
Because it's a two-handed weapon and it does 2d4, so it's a pretty low.
Yeah, let's
yeah,
see.
and with my cool effed up chains, once I scare you and hit you with this, everything just gets worse. I mean, hell, when I killed that lady, since I killed her while she was sick, I get +5 temporary hit points, which I assume every edition is different like this. Do temporary hit points just go away or after the encounter?
No, these just stick around until you lose them. If it doesn't specify how long, they just last forever. So,
My God, I still have 5 temporary hit points.
well, they'll last until you lose them. Let's get to the stamina system that I had in mind for us all, kids and cadets. So there is a sort of stamina system in Pathfinder, but I want to rework it a bit to use some of the healing surge systems from 4E because you guys don't have good healing, but I don't want you to spend too much time being little weenies.
I get what you're saying, and
Well, I mean, we have healing items now. We have 2 ones if they without much potions.
so honestly, I actually like the healing surge system from 4E.
It's good. It's better than bad. It's good.
Yeah, like I didn't think it was too. I thought it was some of the few things in 4E I actually really enjoyed.
So, here's the question. Do you want to use a stamina system? But first, I'll explain it. The way the system works is you have wound points, which are your actual physical health. And that's twice your con score. if it's equal to or lower than your con score, you are staggered, and you must make con checks to not fall unconscious if you take strenuous actions. There are no negative hit points in the system, by the way. If you get 0 wound points, you're dead. Healing spells only target wound points. You also have stamina, your vigor, your life, your energy, which is your normal class dice and all that. Your normal hit point rolls. You also get a certain amount of resolve. 3 or your con modifier, whichever is higher. And you can use those to either during a rest. I'm not going to specify time. I don't like that 5e went for an hour. I also don't like 10 minutes. It's like, if you can take a break for a reasonable amount of time given the context, you can take a short rest and you can get all your stamina back. By spending
59 minutes exactly.
you can spend a resolve point to get all your stamina back. You get 1 wound point back per day, by the way. So that takes a while. Don't sit on that. Yes, you can also in the middle of combat use your vigor points to give yourself a quick boost, half your stamina points, as a full round action. You know what? How about I'll let you decide if healing affects your hit points or your vigor points if we're using that system. So yeah, it's up to you. Do you want to use this system or not?
So we still have our house, but we'll also have a.
You have your hit points, but if you're ever bloodied, like half or lower, it's really, really bad.
Unfortunately, we spend a lot of our time below half HP at this rate.
No. Your hit points. So because of how Pathfinder handles your negative, you don't have a negative score. You just go if you have 0 hit wound points, you're dead. But your hit points are double your con score, not your con mod, your con score. So if you have 10 con, you've got 20 wound points, and at 10 you start having a chance of falling unconscious from the pain. And your stamina is equal to your normal class dice. So your current hit points would become your stamina, and you also have a pool of wound points to the side. So are you?
I'll probably want to think about that because it's almost 2 in my mind.
Yes, you should probably take a nap and think about
Yeah.
that. I'll
Might need that written down.
yes, I'll put it down, you dingus.
No, I said
I'm
for weapon. Actually, I just had like a +2 on the melee. For the weapon focus.
Weapon focus. You can just add a +1 somewhere. You feel like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Actually, let me look. Let me look, Tarvis, because I think you already have a +1 because it's a magic weapon. Please expand. You see, there's an attack section with melee. Let's make that a +2. There you go.